Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. We're going to do a Saturn stream, and you know what guys, we may even take it off script, right? Because I set up this stream and all of a sudden I get to like a Patreon notification that Hotego has just dropped a bombshell of a JT Friday, man. We've got some new Namco games, as well as that there's a lot of public releases like The Simpsons, and I was almost contemplating changing the stream, but you know, I don't really like doing that, right? I kind of set it up, the time is here, and I was like, okay, let's go with it. So hello TMS, and hello Scalinio the First, man. How are you guys doing? So guys, what we're looking at in this stream today, we're going to be looking at some Saturn stuff, which is good. It's dandy, right? And this game here is Virtua Fighter Kids. But guys, this is a chill one, right? I was on night shift yesterday. I've come home, I've had like 3 hours sleep, and you know what guys, I'm running on fumes. I was speaking to my friend and I kept forgetting what I was talking about. I just need rest. So usually I'll do my weekend video on a Friday, but the stream is all about chilling, right? So let's chill, and I'm going to do my Saturday video tomorrow, so likely it's not going to be ready for like the normal time of 1 PM UK time. It'll be ready a bit later during the day, but rest assured it will come. And it's been a packed week guys. There's a lot of stuff to report in there. Sometimes there's so much that I have to cut the end of the show, right, which is the kind of the retro stuff. So but absolutely awesome guys. I wanted to do a Saturn stream for a while, and there's a kind of reason I wanted to do a Saturn stream, because if we have a look at this, I've done this community post 12 days ago. Wow, okay, well, asked what do you want the next one to be, a single SD-RAM one or a dual SD-RAM one, and it wasn't a landslide victory, but 60% of you guys wanted to see single SD-RAM and 40 dual SD-RAM, and that kind of makes sense because I generally use my single SD-RAM a lot more. My dual RAM, I absolutely love it. It's my mobile one. I've actually ordered a 10-inch monitor from AliExpress. It was only it was under £40 and delivered, and it's got 4 milliseconds of lag. I was looking for one with 1. I found one with 3, but this one with 4 kind of seemed to be okay, and to be honest, that's kind of acceptable. So I'm going to have like a mobile studio. I've also got a 10-inch laptop, an additional capture card, you know, so that's going to be kind of interesting. But guys, we may go off script. I just run update all. That's why I was 1 minute late on this stream, right? I ran update all just to make sure that hopefully it pulls down the latest Hotego betas. So we'll see where the conversation's going, and maybe we can check those out. So let's have a look at chat. Yo Jacob, how you doing, man? If you haven't played it before, oh I'm not a fan of Mr. Bones. I've tried it out because people said it, but you know, since you've mentioned it, I'm gonna write that on my list. And man, this pad is so good. It's so much better than Post-its, right? So Mr. Bones, we can definitely check that out. The bombshell would be, oh man, you know, I can't wait for that. When I saw that post, right, when I saw that post, I was like, wow. Have I got that in there, right? Because I'm a massive Shadow Dancer fan. I like Alien Storm as well, and I like the Moonwalker game on there. But guys, I really like Shadow Dancer. Like, I can't wait to play that. That's probably my most played game on like Final Burn Neo. I absolutely love it, man. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So I am super hyped about that. And you know, I've got you know, Hotego's kind enough to give me early access to some of his cores. That's why sometimes I'll have a video having a look at a core a few days before release and whatnot, right? So I can't wait. Like, I'm always checking to see, oh, is there something there? Is there something there? Because when that comes out, man, I'm gonna get on that straight away. Unfortunately, I can't take any annual leave because, as you guys know, I was doing a lot of live streaming last month. I had a lot of annual leave. In fact, I used quite a bunch of it, man. So all there. Yo Matt, how you doing? Okay, good question. I have had my MiSTer for several years and still haven't touched the Saturn core. Is it mature now? Just update all. And yeah, you know what, go with update all. I'm running the latest unstable version where you can put on manually, but the update all version is good enough, Matt. Like, play it, mate, it is wicked. Like, I never really grew up with the Saturn, and you know what, it's on the MiSTer. As far as console cores go, right, it's hands down, it's my favorite one at the moment. I know a lot of people like the N64 one, but I did play a lot of N64. So the Saturn, and I've always got a strong bias towards arcade games. So you know what, guys, I just absolutely love it, man. I love it. It's got so many. If you like arcade games and you like 2D games, you cannot go wrong with a Saturn. The core is just amazing. I absolutely love it, and that's why I like doing these streams, especially like when I'm brain dead. It's just a way to chill out and monk strung out and whatnot. So also just want to say that these streams are sponsored, all my MiSTer streams are sponsored by Mr. Addons. So yeah man, big shout out to him. Awesome guy, awesome store. Another thing, okay, what we got here in chat, right, let's have a look. What I do, take a couple of days off. No, do you know what, TMS, I like to take longer blocks off. I don't yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm off for 4 days. I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm back in at work Tuesday, so I do get a bit of time off, but you know, I've got to balance that between family life and everything else. My father's coming over as well next couple of days, so I'm gonna have to spend some time with him. Shadow Dance was great, loved, yeah man, yeah, that, you know, Flame, the dog, the wolf, that thing just blew me away. I mean, seeing that as a kid in the arcade, right, seeing that white wolf, and I think you guys have it as G.I. Joe or Action Force, you know, what was that? I forget what it was called because I didn't really watch the cartoons. I kind of more played with the toys as a kid. There was Snake Eyes, the black ninja, and there was the white guy that had a wolf as well, the one that was dressed in all white. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah man, it was just absolutely wicked. Yeah, fat baby with big heads, Zalibas. So guys, another thing to kind of go here, because in my live streams, it's not so much about the gameplay and everything, right? I like talking with you guys. So recently, yep, that what you're seeing on screen now is, yeah, there's a clone DE10 Nano coming, guys. So you know what, guys, we can talk clone stuff, right? Kind of share your stuff on there. I'm honestly, I'm happy talking about it, right? Let me go run Mr. Bones, right? Because we've seen a little bit of this. So let me go back out, because you know, I'm here to serve you guys as much as I can. So right, let's have a look. Mr. Bones, here we go, Mr. Bones, and that's got to be this one right at the top. So yeah, I am looking, here we go, Mr. Broken, yeah, here you go, Mr. Bones here, buddy. Well, do you know what? I can't actually, I'm not allowed to talk about my job, and you know, even if I can in some capacity, I prefer not to do it at all, right? Because, you know, companies have a very strict social media policies. If I ever meet any of you guys in person or anything, I'm quite happy to say it's just not something I would ever discuss during a stream or anything like that. It's not the most interesting job in the world, I'll tell you that. Maybe I just make it sound exciting because, I don't know, maybe doing this YouTube stuff, I've learned maybe to hype stuff a little bit more than what it, you know, really is. But talking about the clone, guys, it's really interesting, right? I'm going to chuck my $2 on there. Oh, but guys, I've noticed I've only got 1 like at the moment. Guys, there's 22 of you watching. Hit that like button. Let's get this video out there. Let's get some recommendations and bits and bobs out there for the people. Let me just turn the sound down there a little bit. It went a bit crazy thing. So yeah, hitting that like button really does help. Anyway, enough of that. So this clone, guys, it's looking right. I'm really excited about it. It's looking really good. One of the co-founders of the company, Taki Udon, hey Dr. Johnny Bananas, how you doing, man? Wicked. Yeah, I've seen your like pop up, man. I've seen 4 now, so come on, guys. Anyway, let me stop going on about that. Well, yeah, it must become annoying every time you go on a YouTube channel. They simply say like, yo, Simply Austin in the house. How you doing there, bud? So, talking a bit about this clone, right? Okay, let me try and play and talk a bit as well. So the talking's going to go downhill now. Wicked. So what happens is, so Taki Udon's been very transparent with it. I like it. I like he's mentioned his involvement and everything in there. Now, what's really interesting, right? There's a lot of people on the channel that I speak to, and the question always comes up that, shall I go and invest in a MiSTer, or should I wait for an upcoming project like, say, the Replay 2 or Mars? Now, the Replay 2 or Mars, they haven't quite come out yet. They're still in the making. I definitely feel like the project that I'm most looking forward to is definitely the Replay 2, and that's, you know, I like the people there, so there's a little bit of bias there, and I'm quite happy to point that out. They're nice people, they're very organized. You know, Mars, if Mars comes out and it delivers, cool. You know, I'll look into that as well. So, but there's a lot of people that want to buy a MiSTer, right? And they come on the channel and they ask, but they are specifically holding out to see what Mars and Replay 2 are like, right? Because you're going to effectively get everything that's MiSTer, plus you're going to get a whole lot more. But all of those people that are waiting now the entry price of getting a MiSTer with a stick of SD-RAM is $115, right? So that's, say, before tax and delivery. Let's just say tax and delivery, you get it $150 in. Now, that might be a bit of money for someone, but for a lot of people, that's not a massive amount to pay, right, to get everything there, where it might cost you double that, or, you know, 2.5 that or whatever. So I think a lot of people are gonna buy that one, right? Which effectively could have an impact on the sales a project like maybe Mars or Replay are gonna have, especially if they're not showing newer cores, stuff that can't fit on there, right? So for example, if one of them was to do, say, Dreamcast, and Dreamcast comes out, so it doesn't matter, the MiSTer can't do Dreamcast and the clone can't do Dreamcast. Now all of a sudden you've got like a key selling point, right? You've got a key selling point for whichever one of the next generation FPGA gaming consoles does that, which means, yeah, it's going to be a hit. But if, for example, like they come out and they're doing everything the MiSTer's doing, do you feel comfortable in investing more money in something that is, at this moment in time, that is just something that is a potential? Or do you want something with a proven track record? Let's say this clone comes now, there's no porting stuff over, there's no processes to convert cores over. You just put the image on there and it runs. I have kind of spoken to Taki and I've mentioned that I'm interested in getting one as soon as possible, and he said, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. So, you know, like I said in my video, I think yesterday, I'm glad to see that level of confidence in there, because, you know, it'd be nice to get that stuff tested by myself and, say, Video Game Esoterica and Lose Retro Source, right? Three people that aren't really financially associated with this clone project, don't really have any conflict of interest there, right? We're just going to run it, and it runs, and you know, it runs, and we'll report what we find. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting that. So it's definitely, if this clone delivers on everything it expects to deliver on and what's being said, then man, this is gonna shake up, you know, the MiSTer scene. And hopefully for me, it's gonna shake it up in an absolute great way, right? Because more people get on MiSTer, more people find my channel, more people get on FPGA gaming, more people find my channel. So ultimately, I hope it will make my channel grow. But guys, it's definitely interesting times. And you know what? Yeah, so this could be the year of the clones. We got the sheeps in the graveyard. Yes. Okay, let's do something else now, right? I mean, I'm glad I kind of ran into a little bit of a demo, so I didn't really have to play it. Let me run something. If anyone else has mentioned a game, or we can do that. But that's absolutely, no, I wouldn't exactly call it Clone Wars, right? The MiSTer's an open source project. The DE10 Nano is a board that's available, and from what I understand now, I hope I'm not incorrect in this. Let's load another game. I like the Street Fighter demos, so let's put on a Street Fighter. Okay, let's put on Street Fighter 02, right? So from what I understand, hopefully I'm not wrong here. I didn't see Taki post this, but you know, the talk about the clone, if you do a search for it, it's on stuff like Reset Era, it's on Time Extension, it's all over the place. And someone actually mentioned over there, and I haven't actually verified this information yet or anything, but what they did say was, so what, for example, when you buy the DE10 Nano, there's a whole bunch of expensive chips on there that aren't actually used. So what the clone board has done is the chips that aren't required aren't put on the clone board, only the ones that are required. So what this has done in essence is brought the cost of the board down. And Taki said that he's getting the Cyclone 5, the FPGA chip, directly from Altera. So that's how he's sourcing it. So hopefully it'll be an unlimited supply, right? Or, you know, a supply until Altera decide they're not gonna make that anymore. So guys, it really is exciting, but it definitely, it puts to some extent, it puts a spanner in the work for upcoming projects. I would say more likely, definitely, because unless you've got something new coming, right? So I guess the race is on with the next generation of FPGAs, right? So whoever brings a new arcade core, a new system that can't be done on the MiSTer, not that it's not available for the MiSTer, it can't possibly done on the MiSTer due to hardware limitations. Yeah, if they're only going to bring out, for example, cores that are available on here, then it's definitely going to bring down the sales, right? Because on one hand, you're spending, I think the Replay, the fat board is going to be 600, Mars is going to be 700, or you've got this thing which is going to be 115 with, you know, the extra RAM, right? I mean, you're effectively getting something that's 5 to 6 times cheaper, guys. And you know, it's the kind of thing, like, I could buy that without my wife even being annoyed at me, right? She could just be like, you know what, you're good with that. In fact, she would buy it for me if I asked her. So I really don't mind. I love the price point. I'm really excited about what it's going to do for the MiSTer community. Right, guys, we're just gonna wicked. Oh, thanks Austin for that likey like. Wicked. It'll be awesome if actually Taki drops by in here. Ooh, something's up with the sound here, isn't it? Yes, look, something's up with the sound on this core. Right, okay, let me, in which case, let's do 0-3, right? I just noticed there was a little bit of a tag there. Guys, has anyone seen what Hatego's dropped, man? He's dropped some new Namco games, man. I can't remember what they're called because they're not my main ones on the core, but there's like a platformy game that's quite, it's got like these zombie graveyardy monsters in there, and I really like the look at it on the PC Engine. And I think I saw it in a shop on the PC Engine, but I never played it. But obviously the arcade, yeah, the arcade version would be a good one to play. Haha, Metro Cross. Okay, let me have a look. Let me go down here. Dolly, Dolly the sheep. Yeah, that what it was called. Yeah. Okay. Yes, some of the stuff we need to know for developers. Wicked. Pixies. Yeah, I mean TMS. A lot of people will buy. A lot of people are saying already that have a MiSTer that they will buy a second one. Like a friend of mine, right? Who his mum's house where he grew up lives, it's like a 10-minute drive from me, right? But where he lives now is like an hour drive. So he said, you know, he always wanted to get a second MiSTer, but when he looked at the price of a DE10 Nano, it went up and he didn't want to buy it. He was an early adopter, so he got his one for like £120 or something, like very, very cheap. So he said to me that, look, if this clone's on it and it delivers, then wow, I've got something up with the sound here, guys. I've got wow, okay, the sound on the title screen on Alpha 2 and 3 went, huh? Guys, there's something wrong here. Are you seeing this? All right, let's talk about the core now, because this is running slow. What the hell is going on here? Let me make sure I haven't got some old core, right? 23rd of April 24, right? Okay, so I'm using a new version of the core. Has it? The demo was running slow. Nah, there's something up with this. Look, I'm getting all those sound. I'm curious, right? But pardon the banging sound here. Let's have a look at this, right? So, why is going on here? Something's going on here, guys. Sorry about the banging sound. I will turn it down a bit, but I want to see if it goes in game, if it fixes, or if we're gonna get that. This is, wow. Okay, this is, yeah, maybe. You know what? Let's do a reset. I'm really hoping it doesn't crash my OBS. I want to see what it's like in game. I just want to see what it's like in game when I'm moving, because yeah, I'm gonna have to do a cold boot. I think. Yo, it's Dr. No! Dr. No, guys! Everyone, say hello to Dr. No. This guy's like the biggest troll on the channel, but I absolutely love him showing up, man. Dr. No, love you, my bro. Absolutely wicked. It will be the same, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Retro Gaming Bureau in the house. Scott McCall. Oh yeah, this is terrible, man. Right, so let's do let's do a cold reboot. I'm gonna hold it down, right, and hopefully it won't crash out the MiSTer, the OBS, which it can do sometimes. But let's have a look. I'll swap around sources and I'll do some stuff. So hopefully it'll come back on. Right, okay. Wicked, Dr. No. And never change. I really like your comments, man. I really, really like them. They're really good. I absolutely love it, right? So never change, my buddy. Ah, man. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes the 8-bit dog controller, it goes a little bit funny when kind of reconnecting. It goes a little bit funny. Wicked. Yep, time to escape. Have fun. All right, Dr. No. Dr. No Brazil. Catch you soon. Right, let's go and... Right, okay, so let's now go to, we'll go Alpha 3 again, right, or 0-3, right, here we go. Let's load this, and hopefully it was just a case of, let's do a cold reboot, and we'll get out of here. Yeah, IT 101, have you tried switching it off and on? And if anyone wants a good English show to watch, or a show from the United Kingdom, the IT crowd, right? It's a good show. I'm going to put the volume up a little bit, so hopefully we won't get that banging sound. But yeah, guys, so, listen, I hope everyone's having a good Friday. Let's get a location check, guys. Where have I got people from, and what kind of time zones are you in? I know I have a lot of USA, and they like some of these streams because it's early in the day. So a lot of you guys on your Friday or at work are watching this. Okay, it kind of seems to be all right now. So we are good. Okay, let's go arcade mode. Yeah, that's gone. So see, sometimes that hard boot just works. Yeah, that's sounding okay now. I've always been interested in like Julia. I've never really played these characters, right? No, sound's gone again. Oh wow, Flame 2:51 AM. Wow, man, that's Sydney. Oh, wicked, good stuff. Yeah, what's going on? I mean, I can like add an older version of the core, but wow, I went. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna turn it off from the power switch in a second. Yeah, but you know what? Usually we don't, but like maybe just something is up with these alpha games, because we were right with Mr. Bones and Virtua Fighter, right? It is just, you know, let's you know, let me go. I'm gonna just get up. I'm gonna turn the power switch off, right? If you heard that little click sound, that was legit me turning the power off, right? Let me boot it back on. And I want to go back into Alpha 3. I actually want to see, is it really broke? Because okay, I did the hard reboot, right? But when I did the hard reboot, I done it, you know, via holding the button down for longer, as opposed to, you know, actually turning the power down. Yo, Nathan Nitro 152. Do you know, I just love the name East Coast and West Coast. It just sounds really cool, guys. Okay, hopefully my control. Okay, I'm so glad, right? Sometimes this 8-bit DOE controller locks out. So let's have a look at this, and I'm gonna go Alpha 3 again, because if it doesn't work right now, then maybe that's an issue with the core, right? It's again, you know, again, this is what's going to be interesting about the clone now, right? Because with the clone now, what are we going to get? You know, because on the Saturn, I remember in the earlier days as well, like it was just the results were very organic. They were very different for different people. I remember Symphony of Night didn't work for me for ages, and I finally got it working. And once I got it working, I never really played it because I'm a handheld gamer. If I were to play a game at that length, let's see how that goes. Yo, Inaki, how you doing, man? Thank you for dropping by. If I haven't said hello to you personally, then take it as a group hello. My guy Dr. Johnny Bananas in, best name on YouTube. You know, prove me wrong. Well, I'll see if you've got a better name than that. But honestly, no one really does. Wicked. Okay. Oh, so sorry. I saw that from Dr. No. No, I think my RAM is 2.8, right? And this has worked on it before, so. Yeah, it should work. Hopefully it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Let's see now. So now, you know, I've done the cold reboot by holding down the button. United Nations of FPGA power. Okay, intro's good. Come on now, come on, you can do it. Wow, that's frozen on me, guys. Right, it's not liking this stuff, is it? No, it's great. I don't have the clone board yet. This is an original DE10 Nano, my original single RAM one. I did do a community post asking, you know, do you want a single or dual RAM stream? And this is that stream here, single one, and that's what we're going with. So let's give it a reset. Let's see if it kind of loads in again. Flynn, I don't know, unless this update has done something for the RAM, like the Street Fighter Alpha games, the CPS2 arcade ports were working, they're working flawlessly on here. You know, even most recently, like the new one, X-Men versus Street Fighter started working. So unless there's something in this new update that's broken something in the 2.8 RAM, I'm pretty sure that's the RAM I got, because that was what was available when I ordered my MiSTer kit. So I ordered my initial, before I started doing content, I ordered my DE10 Nano from MiSTer. I waited like the best part of a year for it, right? And then after that, I ordered all my parts from Mr. FPGA UK. So let's have a look. Okay, so it's taken us into game now. Okay, haven't got... I'm curious. Okay, we're looking good so far. Yeah, sure. You know what? We don't know, right? We don't know. I'm looking forward to getting the clone one. I've already got 2 MiSTer setups, and you know, with the clone board, I'll have a third one, and hopefully when I do a handheld, again, the sound's gone a bit funny. Look, let's see when it starts. This is very bizarre. I've also updated to the latest version of the MiSTer operating system. Yeah, sounds gone on this, and it's looking slow as well. Yeah, there's something bizarre here. Yeah, this is nuts. Okay, right. Okay, let's go back to Alpha 2 a second. I just want to see, is it going to affect all these 2D games? Because then we'll run something else. It is very bizarre, because I've had this stuff working. So again, it's interesting trying this stuff out. Now, your experience may vary to my experience, right? You might play something and it might be absolutely fine for you. Let me just have a look. I've got the RAM turned on. Okay, that's really, really weird. You know what? One thing, let me try something a second, right? I've got a Bluetooth. I know this isn't going to affect it, and it shouldn't. There's a Bluetooth dongle that I had plugged in when I was doing the double testing, and I kind of just left that in there. Let me take that out. That's the only thing that's slightly different. Okay, I'm gonna go. If this works, I'm gonna go back to Alpha 3 after I've taken that Bluetooth dongle out, the 8-bit dull one, because that would allow me to use. Okay, this is sounding all right. That would allow me to play my MiSTer with using the Bluetooth the wirelessly, and I could also use the DualShock 4 with a cable on a separate device. Do you know those side by sides I did? I did that. Unfortunately, it's about 3 to 4 milliseconds out, so it's not. No, this is gone. Okay, maybe it wasn't that dongle then. Let's do one final time before we kind of move away. I'm getting a little bit obsessed with this. I just want to check it. Yeah, it's frozen, man. I don't have my sound too loud. I'm not really a headphone guy. I like to hear what's going on around the house in case, you know, I might have to cancel my stream one day because my boys have decided they're going to start going hardcore into their boxing matches with one another. So, okay, the Saturn is in beta. Let's stop here. Yeah, it may well have, but it's always interesting finding this stuff out, right, during the stream, because it's not something I was expecting. And, you know, from what we saw of Mr. Bones and Virtua Fighter Kids, it ran. So let's have a look. I know this hasn't, yeah, I know that Bluetooth thing shouldn't really affect it, but it was the only thing I could think that was slightly out of different. Obviously, I've ran the latest update as well. Let's have a look. If this is, okay, let's see. Yes, definitely move. Okay, so far so good. Let's have a look. Nah, it's gone. The sound's gone. Right, let's go into something else. So, oh, let's go here. Time Bokan series. Hopefully, it hasn't broken this game because I absolutely love this game, guys. Get your requests in. We can talk about it. Obviously, if you guys want to talk about like the clone stuff, then all welcome. To be honest, anything you guys want to talk about, there is no theme here. I'm quite happy. What do you guys think if we go away from Saturn and we have a look at the new Hotego cores, right? I'll have to find out what they're called so I can go alphabetically. Oh yeah, Golden Axe of Jewel, man. Absolutely. Love that game. I was playing Tetsunoka versus Capcom the other day, and a character from this, the female protagonist, she's actually in Tetsunoka versus Capcom, which was interesting. Metal Slug, I think I have that, so we can do that. Cool. Well, I'm writing this stuff down as well. Yeah, I really want Sega System 18, man. You know, that and CPS3 are probably my most desired cause, but CPS3 is, you know, it's definitely quite some time away. It's not something that's, you know, gonna magically appear anytime soon from what I understand. So but that's one of my biggest wants, right? You know, okay, yeah, so it's something up with the Street Fighter games, right? That's what it is. Oh, this has such a banging soundtrack. Let me put it up a little bit. Hopefully you still be able to hear me a bit, but love this game, man. What a game. Time Bokan. So time, like, have you got the Time Bokan? B-O-K-A-N. And series like a TV show. Just put that into Google along with Sega Saturn and you'll be good. Guys, the sound's off. This is all slow. Yeah, this is off. Do you know what, guys? I'm gonna try something. Let me go back. Let me go back on Virtua Fighter Kids because that was kind of running, right? I want to try something here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go onto the MiSTer. I never keep old cores on here. I always end up deleting them, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to the MiSTer FPGA Discord. And guys, if you're not a member of MiSTer FPGA Discord, definitely join it. It's very, very awesome. Oh, okay, all right. I need to get back to that. Right, okay, cool. Right, let me go and do this. Right. Sorry, bear with me, guys. What I'm actually doing now, I've gone over to Unstable Nightlies. I should just leave more than one core on there, right? So the one I've got is the 23rd. Let's go to the one before that. So let's now go, okay, single. So I'm gonna go, I'm just downloading the one from the 20th. It's gonna take me about another minute maybe, and then I'll have it on my MiSTer. Righty, okay, let's do this. This seems to be running okay. That's really, really weird. So let's go. So glad I've got this set up over a network. It just makes doing stuff on the fly very, very easy. So, okay, it's a little bit slow over the network. Kind of does it like 0.5 megabyte a second. Right, okay, let's have a look. Right, okay, that core's on there. Make sure I'm not closing anything and I'm killing the stream. Right, so now let's try something, guys. Now let's go to core. And here you go. So look, I'm gonna go with this one, the 20th, just the version before. This is more for our curiosity to see what the new core's broken. And it kind of broke Time Bokan series. Now, wow, okay, I was a bit nuts about that. Right, let's have a look. So now let's go. Here we go, and let's go straight to Street Fighter Alpha 3. Again, I'm interested. I want to know if it's going to work now on an older build. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the old versions of the core on there. Yo, Appley, good. Yeah, it's still kind of afternoon here. What's the official kind of thing on that? It's just turned 6 p.m. over here. It's 3 minutes past 6. So it's afternoon or evening. I forget what the etiquette is, but I'm good. Yeah, you know what, Mighty Squirrel, hee hee, and that is definitely for a little bit about the Moonwalker, man. Definitely interested in that. I like the arcade version. I remember I've always had a bias towards arcade games, right? And even though the Mega Drive version is really, really good, I was like, no, I like the arcade version, and I liked it. I remember I only played it a couple of times in the arcade. I think you could play 3 players in the arcade. It was really cool. I like it when you get the power up and you turn into like massive Michael Jackson and shoot stuff. Okay, this is kind of looking good already. I'm going to go back to the latest version of the core after, right? This is... I keep jumping with this bloody pad. So let me go Sakura. Wicked. Yeah, the Mega Drive version, yeah, it's definitely a completely different game, man. Definitely, without a doubt, it's not the arcade version. It's like, it's even more different because of how it is. At least Shadow Dancer on the Mega Drive, right? It's still a side-scroller. Obviously, the arcade version of Moonwalker's like the horizontal, the isometric one, and the Mega Drive's a side-scroller. So yeah, I mean, they're completely different games. But I was always right. So for any of the younger guys here, I know most of you guys are like old farts like me. But for any of the younger guys, see, the reason a lot of us like the arcade so much is because when you had your home computer, the Master System, the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, whatever you had in the arcade was always superior. It was a superior version. I remember like Street Fighter 2, when you walk back and Ryu's kind of leaning back, walking back like that, like a defensive stance. On the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive, it had the same animation whether you walk back or forward. So it was all stuff like that. Everything was beefier. You know, it felt like the arcade game was on steroids, and you know, you had the diet version at home. But yeah, some of the games were different, right? Okay, I didn't realize I kind of had to press start there. I was hoping, you know, like the arcade would go. Is it really slow here? I can't tell. Wait till we get in game.
Let's play. Go for broke.
Nah, seems okay. Okay, now it seems off. Maybe I can even run an older version of a core, right? We'll get a few. Lesson to self, don't delete the old cores. I'm trying to see if I can do a combo on here. Yeah, this feels off. It's not as snappy as it usually is. There's something up here. Even with like the inputs, it feels off. It's definitely an improvement over the other one. But yeah, like my character's not moving quickly. Wow, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. There's something it doesn't like. Okay, weird. Yeah, there's something weird going on here. let's run something with a demo, and I'm going to try and just grab a whole bunch of the older versions and run them, just to see where kind of Street Fighter Alpha broke. This is nuts, guys. Let's go something that's got a little bit of a demo, and hopefully it will run without, you know, running into issues. And I'm just going to go back on. I'm going to go back on the Discord. So I've got the 20th, right? So what was the version before this? Oh, okay. Gonna have to give this a reset again. All right, let's have a look. Oh, do you know what? Simply Austin, I've never really played the Master System version of Moonwalker so much. Oh, TMS Enduro Racer was wicked, man. I used to play that a lot in the ST. I'm not too familiar with I'm not too familiar with the Master System version, right? Okay, so let's grab this old version. Let me at the same time open up my MiSTer folder. So let's get some. Okay, let's get that going. And right, here we go. So right, so now I'm adding the one from the 17th now, right? So that's copying on there. Wicked. While that copies, let me just go. I'm gonna go for a few different versions. I think the last version I actually had was the 17th one, so we'll do one more for now, which is okay. So 17th, and okay, Saturn Unstable. Just got to make sure I don't download the dual RAM version. And then once this is downloaded, see, this is stuff I can't do during you know, on Analog Pocket streams, for example. I can't, you know, if there's something new that comes out. I remember one stream, while I was doing the streams, the core was updated, and I was actually able to pick a newer version of the core and add it while we were doing the stream, which was well, it was really nice. Right, let's go back to an older version now. So let's go back to the 17th, because before I updated it, when it had the date of when I added the core to my MiSTer, it was the 18th, and likely I tested the Street Fighter game around that time. So I just want to see, right, is it going to stop working on everything now? Is it going to work on an older version? It's definitely very weird, right? Because those games started working really good for me, like to the point of I was actually saying, wow, this stuff's really amazing. So let's go back on this core. Let's look. So build my first ever MiSTer with all this new stuff coming out. The dual RAM. Yo, Cam, you know, that's good advice for Nate and Ifro. If you can wait, because you know, I'm hoping to get the clone board. It looks like I will be getting something out the first batch when it's available. So I'm looking to compare it side by side. Usually, I always said to people when they're talking about like a future project that's coming out, I said, look, MiSTer's here and it's now, so buy it. It's amazing. You can't go wrong with it. But now that a cheaper option might be becoming available, right, it really is the time to wait. You know, if you're desperate to play, you're desperate to play, right? You know, and you've got the money, cool, right? But this clone board could be a massive game changer, guys. And what would be amazing, right, with this clone would be, when I say clone, I kind of need to bring up some images on screen as well, right? So what would be amazing with this clone is, right, if somehow the Jurassic prices come down. You know, Jurassic bring down the prices to like $120 for the board, you know, so the clone's still slightly cheaper. Maybe it will drop the price of a clone. Right, now let's have a look, right? Anyway, we're doing the 17th one now. And I want to see where it's working, because I had this working great. So I know it's not like a RAM issue, because if it was, then maybe it would have never worked, right? But it's just interesting. So what actually it could be, I always stick to the latest core. I'm one of those guys that I delete so much stuff, right, that I actually end up deleting stuff that I need, and I have to bloody re-download it or re-obtain what I've deleted. And yeah, people always say to me, look, you're so OCD with stuff, but with this, I think I'm gonna have to keep some stuff on there, right? So just, are we good? Are we good?
You can't give it up. Go for it, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, it seems okay, but I don't know if this is my controller. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, this is... I don't know what's going on here today. Do you know what? One thing I do want to try. Let's get into... Where's the controller test? I want to make sure my controller's kind of okay. I'm using my normal 8-bit though M30. And hopefully everything is okay. Let's just make sure my controller's all right, right? So input test. Let's now have a look at this. All right, okay. So I'm going to start from left and do a circle. Okay, takes a second to initiate. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. I'm doing 360s here. Okay, seems to be all right. So sorry guys, I know this is a bit boring. I just want to make sure my controller's okay. Seems to be. Oops, sorry. Okay, right. Oh, okay, I don't actually have select, so let's go back one more version of the core, right? So let's go here. Let's go to an... Oh, actually, you know what's interesting? Let's try the update all version of the core, which is this one here, which was the 23rd of March. So for anyone asking about the cores, this is the update all version. TMS can neither confirm. What's Vampire saying? Does the Saturn core support CD-ROM? Yeah, okay, that's quite funny. All right, now let's go back to Alpha 3. Okay, let's see. Come on, run now and update all. Right, it was working for me before. If it doesn't work, then something's up. I just don't know what it is. Okay, just moving some things around. Okay, now let's see if this one kind of works all right. I wonder if this is an issue on my side, but nothing really much has changed apart from updating the core and running just update tool and updating, you know, the MiSTer operating system. Wait, you see HD. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I've got my bin Q collection from before when the core only supported bin and Q files. Now obviously it done CHD, so I've got some, but I haven't got, like, I think most of my collection is still bin Q. I know I can convert them. Wouldn't mind getting like a different set. Okay, this might be, so this is the update all version. Let's see how this runs now. I just want it to run, man.
Hey, come on! Stand up! Face it!
Let's see. Yeah, I think something's actually up with my controller. Or either that or... Nah, okay. It's some weird. You know what? Let me do one thing. Sorry guys, bear with me. Again, sound's gone. Just want to see. Oh, that's loud as well. Sorry, guys. Let me turn that down. Yeah, let me... Wow, man. It's just not going right today, man. Let me run a CHD and see if we have any issues on CHD. I'll run a 2D fighting game on CHD. Let's now go. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so let's go again, latest one, and we're gonna go CHD, and I'm gonna put a fighting game on just to see if it works, right? This is mad. I've got no idea what is going on now, man. Okay, okay, so let's go CHD, and I've definitely got, okay, X-Men. Okay, let's go to X-Men Children of the Atom. It's still a CPS2 game, right? Let's see if that just works. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've just had, it's worked for me for a long time. I've had a very good experience with it. I'm just trying to think what differences there are, you know, but I really can't narrow it down to anything. Anything I had, like the Bluetooth 8-bit dongle I had in there, I've taken that out. I mean, that shouldn't really make a difference anyway, but yeah, just really bizarre. Did I even load the right game? X-Men, I did. Okay, X-Men Children of the Atom. I didn't realise that Claim were involved in that. That's quite funny. This is the, I think this is the beat 'em up, right? The fighting game. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've done a cold reboot, so I'm not exactly sure what is going on. I might even use this controller wired, man. I need to find my long ass USB cable. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do actually? Let me turn this off. I am gonna use my I'm gonna use an arcade stick with it, because you know what, this controller's annoying me a bit. So let's see. Let's use this. Let's now. What's going on here? Right, where's the? Oh, here we go. Reset player alignment. Okay, cool. Let's now have a look. Okay, let's do it with an arcade stick. There's enough arcade games on here, so right, nuts. Okay, let me load this again, and I'm going to set the buttons on here. Okay, start. Okay, where is? Okay, cool. Let's see what happens here now. So here we go, latest version, and let's go CHD. What fighters have I got in here? Have I got any Street Fighter games? Oh, I've got Street Fighter the movie. Yeah, I don't really want to fancy playing that. Okay, I don't want to put an X-Men Children of the Atom. Right, I'm going to go back to Bin Q, because that's where most of my games were, and they were working, right? Okay, let's go X-Men versus Street Fighter. This is something that's definitely worked, and it's worked well, but very bizarre today, right? I've never really had this much of yeah, this much of a terrible experience with the Saturn core. I mean, early days, yes, but for the past like 3 months or so, it's been absolutely great. Yeah, this way the background video was bad. Yeah, I might just do a cold reboot again now, because that 8-bit dog controller, as much as I like it. Okay, okay, right. Let's see. Again, I've got the set right. I definitely need to do that cold reboot. Let's have a look. I might even go back to the controller. Right, another cold reboot coming. Having a look at the stuff here. What have I? Nope. Okay. No, I'm good, guys. Sorry, my MiSTer's off. Definitely off. Right, turning it on from the power switch, not even from the menu. Wow, this is nuts, guys. Wow. I might just get fed up and just turn this into like running some of the new Hotego calls and see how they kind of do, you know. Right, I'm going back to the 8-bit dog controller. Let's still go on the latest unstable. Yeah, so I've gone for a cold reboot like 3 times now. Once through the menu, and a couple of times actually, you know, doing it old school way, right? Hitting that power switch and pressing it. We've still got Bin Q. Okay, someone said, what requests have I got? Okay, Golden Axe the Duel. So let's do Golden Axe the Duel. And here we go, Golden Axe the Duel. Fantastic, and hopefully that's all running okay. Yeah, the MiSTer's definitely got enough power. I'm not even using the DE10 Nano one. I bought the separate one that, you know, makes it's a little bit more powerful than the other one. So I don't even know what I bought. Like my friend of mine that got me into MiSTer, he ordered me everything for the setup. So I've actually got like an external, like a power switch, the type you have on, you know, like a lamp on the wire on the side. I've got one of those power switches on there. I've got it so wired around everywhere. I like my wires tidy and everything, so I can't really move my one around. Okay, let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I've not had any of these issues before, so I don't know. It's very, very bizarre that I get this stuff now, you know. All right, I'm going to be this guy because I'm boring. I hate it when you get a mirror match. You want to see a couple of different characters. Okay, let's have a look. I want to go back to Alpha 3. It's becoming like that Alpha 3 stream, man. I just want the damn thing to work. And then what I might do is I might turn on the arcade stick and just to make sure this controller isn't... Okay, sound's definitely off. But it's feeling okay. My controller's all right. Love those little dudes down there, man. Okay, that's kind of working right, but it sounds a little bit special. Let's go back to Alpha 3, man. I just want to see if the cold reboot has actually done something. Let's see. I really, really hope it has. No, Kato, I've got the full power supply. I've got the full one. On my dual RAM MiSTer, I used the power supply that came with the DE10 Nano, but for this one, I've got the full power supply. It's like the recommended one that you can buy from Mr. FPGA.co.uk that actually, you know, recommends it if you've got like a hub and you've got that sandwich stack box. And I've even bought like the little breaker off switch that goes in between the power and like the rest of it. So, but again, it's very, very weird because I've not experienced this stuff before. It's just started to happen. It's just very, very bizarre. Let's see. Come on, I just want this to work. I want the sound to work and we're good. So we are on the latest version, aren't we? We've given it a cold reboot. Loaded up another game in between. Okay, we're looking good so far. Can we? The Saturn core is near the completion line, man. Yes, it's fine now. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so that was bizarre. You know, look, that's the issue I've got with this controller, but this is a me issue, is that when doing like quarter circles, I keep getting it slightly in that top corner. But guys, this feels okay now. So now we can actually test some other games. Bloody hell, man. First hour's just been, it's been crazy. A few power cycles. Okay, yeah, this is working good. So what was happening before is I was getting really, really weird inputs as well. Like my controller was missing stuff, but it's not missing stuff here. Anything that I dropped, it was because of my execution. Right. Someone asked for Metal Slug. Let's do a little bit of Metal Slug, and I think I've got that one now. Here we go, Metal Slug. But again, you know what? We've got the Neo Geo core, right? So we've got better options to play. So guys, get your requests in and have a look at some of the chat as well. But wow, man, had to really, really do a cold reboot and give it a few seconds. That's weird. I've not really experienced that before. I've usually been all right. Usually one reset by holding down cold reboot works. Do you know what? Free Dirty Dwarfs. I don't think I have that, Jamie C. I mean, I have it, but you know what? It doesn't work from what I remember. Yeah. So okay, let's have a look. I might have deleted it because it just didn't work. I got it from, yeah, I haven't got it. Oh, what the hell's Combat School? All right, we just got arcade version. It's weird seeing this. It looks like the Neo Geo CD version, doesn't it? Yeah, the Neo Geo CD version, the load screen and the stuff you got there. I think I just saw the monkey's gonads, you know? So I wonder how accurate this is to... Sound effects are off though. Oh, they were. A bit loud. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are getting that. I kind of like the sound there. Let's see, does it slow down here as well? Oh no! Yeah, I'm playing really badly. Okay. Okay, let me. I want to try Time Bokan series again because that was slow. So let's see if that's fixed as well. Wow, interesting stuff. Metal Slug theme. In the Hunt, yeah, no worries. We've got that, guys. If you can, write any games you want seen. The usual kind of thing that I say is have it write the game request in block capitals just by itself, and it kind of stands out, right? Because in all the chat, a lot of stuff just ends up getting lost. So let's have a look. Wow, man, we've done a stream in the hour. We really haven't done a lot. Usually, I'll get a lot more stuff done in the stream, but. Wow, that was a little bit crazy, man. Like a few cold reboots. Yep, Scalinio Hyperdual, no problem. Hyperdual. Yo, Nozomu, how you doing, man? All right, let's have a look. So there's one really annoying thing about this game, and it's when you get hit and you turn into the bike. The danger, it keeps saying danger in Japanese, and it's very, very annoying. But soundtrack for this is just banging. Do you have... I can have a look for it, man. I may do. I can't even remember what I have, to be honest. KO Flying Dragon 2. Yeah, now it's good. Okay, that was definitely a little bit weird there, wasn't it, earlier with... Not just one, I think this is 1, 2, definitely done like 3 reboots, right? And then we got it kind of working. Love the soundtrack for this, man. It just makes me, the soundtrack for this just makes me want to like, just tell my wife, come on, let's go for a picnic, right? But we can't go for a picnic here in London at the moment. We got so much crazy rain. It just rains, and while it's raining, it rains even more, man. We even get like thunderstorms here at night and everything. It's been mad with that. Oh, I love it. Look at the shots you got. That little drill thing that pops out. It's just fantastic, man. What a game. Okay, we're getting an elephant boss here. Oh, here we go. I think it just flew above there. Got the ducks coming out. Just really cool here, right? If you look, it's a big giant elephant being ridden by a tiny little elephant, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh, here we go. This is the annoying part I was talking about. Okay, what we got next in the hunt, yeah? Actually, I think that might be in this folder, in fact. Here we go, it's a CHD. Super duper fun. I like the wicked, yeah, based on Tatsunoko villains, man. So I don't really know much about Tatsunoko. I know some of the cartoons because we kind of watched those as kids. Galaxy Force 2, no problem. Let me write that down. Galaxy Force 2, okay, in the Hun, okay. Oh, Flame, okay. You talk about. We've got a Saturn version of the game. That's what we're running. Sorry, good choice, Hyperdual. Well, you know what, Retro Gaming Bureau, that's what makes the MiSTer so good, man. All this stuff that's expensive, you have a good time with it. Right, yeah, this is a good game, man. It's really good. This is out for the Analog Pocket as well, man. And I know some of the people with like newer Analog Pockets are having issues with it. I know Boogerman worked on a fix. I think he's working on pushing another fix this weekend as well, actually, to address some with. Says it was working. It wasn't working on some Analog Pockets. Then it started working on some, but there's still a group that it's not working on. So hopefully that, and that's actually a RAM issue as well. Different RAM components or different RAM modules, different components used in there. That's making compatibility a little bit different. So the same thing that the MiSTer's experiencing or has been experiencing with with regard to this core, the SEGA Saturn core, the Analog Pocket has had the same issue most recently with the IRIM M92 core. And it's just weird because, you know, sometimes you may make some RAM and yeah, and then you can't get a specific part, so you use a different part, which is fine, but then it just kind of breaks compatibility with something. We've seen that, we've definitely seen that on the MiSTer, and now we're beginning to see that on the Analog Pocket as well, where, you know, it's not compatible with certain RAM. Right. Yeah, I love this, man. I love that water to air kind of thing, or surface, yeah, water surface to kind of air stuff. This is a good game, guys, and I don't know how accurate this is to the arcade version, but I'll tell you one thing, when I'm playing both of them feel darn good, man. I mean, I'd rather play the arcade version because, you know, it's the original game, it's based on the arcade version, isn't it? So why not play that? There's a few examples of why you would not play the arcade version for some kind of games out there. Let's have a look. Let's now run the next game as well, which is Hyperdual. Hey Philly, how you doing? Hyperdual, okay, that's going to be in the other folder. Here we go, very expensive Saturn game. Yo, you know, Philly, I haven't got the new job yet, buddy. I'm still in the same job. It's a promotion within the job. Hopefully, I'll find out by the end of next week. There's still maybe interviewing people, or maybe like a second round of interviews. But that's it. You know, I'm hoping for the best. If not, I'll stick in my current role. It would be nice to kind of doing funny hours at times and having like a kind of bit of structure, especially when my kids are getting older. It will help. But we'll see what happens, man. I'll definitely let you know, man, what happens there. Okay. Sorry, Vampire. What's more accurate? Are you talking about the PlayStation version of In the Hunt? I didn't even know it was out for that, to be honest. G Vector Japan, please, no worries. Let me write that down. Okay, we have got Hyperdual. Let's press start. Let's give this a little whirl. So, Vampire, what are you saying? Are you gonna try out that the clone board for a bit of experimentation, or you're gonna leave that one be? interesting stuff on it. All right, the core seems to be working all right now. So we are using the latest version of the core. Yeah, giving it a few power cycles definitely helped. Definitely. Oh no, is this the game that I suck at this game? It looks very, very cool though. Very, very cool. No, so Vampire, I'm saying, you know, the new, oh no, this is cool. You know the new clone board, the one kind of Addons been talking about on the Discord. Is that something you're going to be interested in purchasing and kind of trying out, or maybe the different MiSTer setup, or you're just going to stick with the MiSTer you got, you're good with one? Which I get a lot of people that have got a MiSTer, there's not really much point in getting another one, right? It just depends on your individual needs. I like some of that, especially like a lot of the American guys, man. They've got like multiple arcades in like their basements, or you know, in their man caves, wherever they are, and they, you know, for them, like having a few different MiSTers, so you've got different arcade games running simultaneously is good. You know, when the boys are around and you've got a tournament or whatever, all good stuff. I'm gonna look over and see your reply in a second. I'll probably die soon. I'm lasting longer than I usually do, man. I'm spamming that button the whole time, and I can just keep my finger on there, right? So out of curiosity, how much does this game go for? We're talking like, we can talk in dollars as most people do, but you can talk in pounds as well. We're talking like, you know, $300 or something for this game. Because yeah, some prices are just crazy out there, man. As crazy as those wobbling arms. Okay, cool. Right, let's have a look. Oh right, okay, no, that makes sense. 3 MiSTers, wow. Okay, that'll be my third one. If I get the clone, it'll be my third one. I've got 2 currently. So we've got KO Flying Dragon 2. Hopefully I've got that one. Oh, I have, okay. Flying Squadron 2, right. Okay, cool. Wicked. Technos have made some really good stuff on MSX2. Do you know, I really hope we get MSX2 for the Pocket at some point. That'll be awesome. Kind of had fun playing the MSX core. Vampire, that was a lot of fun. Can you mix and match RAM, for example? I honestly don't know about your question about mixing and matching RAM. I have no idea, man. I kind of depend on other people for yeah, I depend on other people for my technical information. Like you help me out sometimes, Philly. So does Vampire. It's nice to know Boogerman likes MSX, man. I know the IRM 92 core gave him a headache, man, just because of compatibility issues with kind of newer models out there. Oh man, I'm always concerned about these like video parts at the beginning of a bloody game, man. I'll end up getting the, oh, you've ran some copywritten content, you know, and we're gonna demonetize. Oh wow, yeah, I remember playing this before. Again, very, very good look for this game. Is there an attack button? No, I've just got can I jump on their head, Mario style? Gotcha. Yeah, I can. Oh, it's so nice that it's running nice now, man. Don't litter. That's a good message. You shouldn't really litter.
Gotcha. Beat it. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay, I've got myself a hammer now. Nice. I imagine this game will be expensive, right? This feels like even on the Saturn it may have been quite niche. Look, that beer looks like he's got a water bottle, like you know those the 19-litre water things that you get. It looks like he's got one of them on the back. So do I now, actually, with that hammer there. Oh no, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna hit a bird's nest? Oh, I can't. It'd be quite funny, right? The game tells you don't litter, but then it lets you destroy a nest, right? I mean, where's the kind of morals in that? That's definitely one I can attack.
Oh no.
Ah, my cha-cha. Okay, let's have a look. Galaxy Force 2 now. Let's do this and... Ooh, okay, I've got Galaxy Fight. I've got Galaxy Force. Let's go in the other folder. No, I haven't. Okay. So you know what you get? You know, like, you know when you sit in Santa's lap and you ask for something and you say, can I have, I don't know, like, can I have a Super Nintendo? And he goes, nope, I haven't got one, but here you go, you can have this pen. So instead of Galaxy Force 2, how about Galaxy Fight? Okay, so look. Yeah, do you know, X68000 is good, Simply Austin. That's something that Phile put me onto, man. He was like, yeah, you have to check it out. And you know what? That was actually a very, very fun stream. It's something that I intend to revisit again at some point. It was a very, very fun stream because I really do enjoy going into stuff blind. It's wow, man, what a great intro. This is the SNK game, right? This is out for Neo Geo as well, isn't it? Yeah, I love going into stuff blind. It's just wicked. Twin B, wicked. We can do a bit of Twin B, Yahoo! If we've got it as well. I imagine if I saw Twin B on a list, I would grab it. Yeah, Sokyu Goronte. That's got a different name. It's Groove on Fight or something, isn't it? Is it Sokyu Goronte? Oh, that's loud as well. Let's turn that down a little bit. Ninjas in space, absolutely. You know what? Let's go with my bro. That looks like Simon says Demolition Man, Wesley Snipes. Okay, so the graphics are broken there. Let's have a look. Is it gonna run into game for us or is it a crash? Can't tell sometimes, right, when it's loading. Okay, cool, Rich. You know, there's some alright stuff on PC88. I couldn't get it working on a MiSTer, but I did try it on RetroArch, and I tried that kind of Castlevania style game. Oh wow, okay. Have to say, I need to play this game. Like, wow, okay, maybe not. Oh, he like downed him with his long. Family. Okay, let's go. What we got? G Vector. Have I got that game? Oh, hey, well, I have got it. Wow, okay. Always forget the games I have, man. That's why when you guys ask, I'm not even sure what I've got. Yeah, that PC 88, 98, whatever it was. There's a game on there. I can't remember what it's called now. It was like the protagonist is female, and it's like a Castlevania, like a classic Vania type of game, man. It was kind of alright. I mean, I enjoyed. I think I did a video on it or a live stream of it. Kind of enjoyed what I played of it at the time. Is this a shmup? I wonder. G Vector. It sounds like a shmup, doesn't it? Rusty, that's it, man. Yes, Retro Gaming Bureau. You deserve that name. You are a bureau of information. Rusty, that is exactly the game. And I kind of tried it out and I was like, okay, this is fascinating to some extent. But I never got the core working. In fact, wow, yeah, a lot of stuff's expensive now, man. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think I've tried this before. Yeah, so someone, I can't remember who it was now. They sent me like a MiSTer thing of it, but it kept flagging up as a virus. And okay, that's crashed. That's weird. Okay, so it's a 3D shmup. Let's give it a reset, see if it crashes again. Whether this is one of the ones that crashes. So yeah, it kept flagging up as a virus, and I was like, okay. Person said it wasn't a virus. I've got no reason why they would try and send me a virus. Maybe it was a false positive, but you know, I didn't want to take a chance with that. So yeah, so I ended up finding it somewhere and using it via RetroArch, and then it was all right, man. It was okay. Do you know what? That's another great thing about the clone, man. So like, I've got friends that will not buy the MiSTer, right, because of the entry price, but telling them $115, let's say they can get a case for it, and you know, if you're getting that stuff out from China and the stuff's cheap, oh sorry, right, yeah, you know, you're getting stuff, yeah, you're getting like a cheap MiSTer. And look at the price of like Raspberry Pi. Yeah, this crashes. I don't want to give it another cold reboot unless stuff starts getting horribly wrong. Okay, what we got here? Okay. Okay, let's run that and then we'll run another kind of request. Okay. Do this. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, let me know, Philet, man. I mean, I think that's the first time I've tried that game. I mean, if I did, then I may not remember. But let's have a look. Okay, someone asked for Twinbee. Have I got Twinbee? Twinbee. Okay, Twinbee. Let's do. Let me have a sip of my drink. I actually opened it so it takes some of the gas out, so I'm not all gassed up during the stream. So glad it's working okay. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate that lower stuff, man. The having to aim stuff on the lower layer. Unless it's something like layer section, where I think they've done a really good job with that. Okay, interesting. I mean, what's this news story here, right? You know, flying wanderer attacks family and kids, you know, in their innocent flying ship or whatever it is, right? I can't remember who initiated the first shot. Was it me, Twinbee, or was it this kind of pirate person here? Oh, this is mad, man. This is too intense for me at the moment. I need to play some chill stuff. Right, what's this Sokyu Grunty? I think I recalled that, right? So is it SU? Oh, I think I saw. Is this gonna work? I don't remember this working. Is it gonna work now? Wow. Hold on. No way. It didn't work before. Nah, it doesn't work. Let's give it a reset just to check. I know someone asked for it earlier. Okay, yeah, maybe I need to do a hard reboot again. I'm not gonna do one now unless we run into major problems. We'll have a look. Yeah, so where was that game now? Like SUKY, right? SUKY. No, I haven't got it in this folder. Is it going to be in my other folder? Nope, I haven't got that one, but yeah, okay. Need to write. Okay, what's this one here? Trepi Depi. What the hell is this? Sorry, guys, I tried that Sokyu Garente, unless it's slightly different, the name. Oh, is it SOU? Okay, cool. Wicked. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I did. The name sounded familiar, you know. The name sounded familiar. So let's go back to that. Oops. Oh, okay, so it's going to be in the other folder. Here we go. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys chipping in there, man. This works though, because like Philly said, we've definitely played it before. The name rang a bell when it was said. All right, let's have a look. Oh, I haven't done a shameless plug of channel merch yet, so we've put a little bit of that on there. MiSTer is king. Okay, wow, Electronic Arts, man. I remember when they were like that and kind of less scummy. Oh, talking of scummy, that's limited run stuff. Yeah, they really shot themselves in the foot with that one, right? With those CDRs. Wow. The thing is though, like I don't know. They've come and they've said, haven't they, that they're giving people full refunds, or they're gonna do hard pressed games for them. So you know, maybe I don't know, is that redeeming them? I know a lot of people don't like them. They talk about previous stuff that they've done, but honestly, like I'm not interested in any of their stuff. Like I've never been interested in buying anything. I don't really have a physical collection. I'm quite happy with MiSTer, you know, running ROMs, the analog pocket, everything. Now I really don't, with the exception of maybe a few Game Boy cartridges, I really don't have that much physically. But I do get offers for limited run. So if you start making videos on YouTube and you reach a certain number of subscribers, you don't have to be big, because I'm not a big channel, right? So, you know, there's kind of like agencies out there that represent companies, and I've got one that represents limited run games. So I always get an email saying this is coming out, and if you're interested in doing a review on it, you know, contact us. And you know what, I've only ever taken them up on one review, and that was, it wasn't a limited limited run games. It was a game called the Ray Crisis or Ray Earth Chronology. It had all the Ray Crisis games, like it had like 5 games on it or something, like the HD version, the normal version. So I was like, you know, I'll get that for the Switch, because I was interested in getting it, and it was expensive when it came out. When I looked at it on the Switch shop, I thought, okay, I'll get that, and I wanted to do a video on it anyway. I was like, okay, the video's all right. But by the way, guys, the sound for this is very, very low. So that's the only one that I grabbed. But I always get emails saying, you know, do you want this stuff from limited run games? You know, if you want to do a review on it, where you can have this game. Now, most often the stuff is actually digital versions, so it's not costing them the physical thing, but they do give out physical ones as well. You can request it, and you know, they'll consider whether it's worth them, you know, you're getting one. But I can get one. I know if the physical offer's there on the plate, I can get it. But I never ever, I'm just really not that interested in doing it. I have taken some stuff, like recently for the analog pocket, I got the power up grip, but I honestly got that because my cousin, man, he really likes the grip. He's got version 1, and I just asked him, you know, do you want version 2? The other thing that, you know, hardware that I kind of got was my kids a Switch controller with lights, because it's got those LEDs that go around like the joysticks. My boys were like, yeah, Dad, we want that. So I was like, cool. I told the company, look, send it through. But you do end up getting emails of people just kind of offering you stuff. And do you know what really gets me, right, is like, I'm very, very polite. Even if I think someone's complete crap, right, and they send me an email, I always make sure that I respond back, and I'm very polite in how I respond back. I go, look, thank you very much, you know, thanks for reaching out. And it's not even like I've got a template made. I bloody type the thing out every time. I should just get a template made. And I look, thank you for reaching out, I appreciate it though, but you know, I'm not really interested in reviewing this. Sometimes I say to them, look, I'm not interested in reviewing it, but I will give you guys a mention on the weekly news show. But you know what gets me, right? They never email back or anything there that, you know, I'll give them a mention on the weekly show or anything. They'll be like, oh, thank you, we caught it. You know, thanks, you know, for kind of putting it out there or anything, man. It's really, really weird, right? I always try and answer people, because I believe it's only polite to do so, right? So let's have a look. Now, okay, we've done quite a bit of Street Fighter. Maybe we can give that a break. Just trying to find something here. Oh, let's do a little bit of Virtua Cop 2, man. That's always a fun time, man. Even on a controller. Let's have a look at chat as well. Could end up leaving chat alone. Oh, by the way, Simply Austin, sorry, one of my friends speaks really, really highly of you, man. He's a fan of your channel. He mentioned, he said, he actually said you're a very, very sound guy. So that was really, really nice. Because I said, you know, I've got someone called Simply Austin on the channel. I said, I'm not really familiar with the channel, but it seemed to be a good guy in chat, but they've got quite a large channel. And he goes, yeah, a friend of mine really used to watch your stuff, but he said you haven't put out a lot of content like of recent or anything there. But yeah, he speaks really highly of you, dude, man. Like really, really highly. So that was cool, man. The way they did streets. Yeah, okay, what's that? The way they... Okay. Oh, did they do stuff? Was it limited run that done Streets of Rage 4? I didn't even know that. I mean, I've got it for the Switch. You know, I even opened my Switch version, right? But I never ever should have opened the Switch version, right? Yeah, no worries, Austin. But we all have to do that at times, man. I just don't. I'm a little bit militant, but it can happen where, you know, you've got to take a little break away. But yeah, so with Streets of Rage, I bought the Switch version because the cartridge had all the DLC on it, and I don't even know why I opened it, right? Because I Yeah, I don't actually play it on the Switch. I think I put it in once just to kind of install it, do it. My Switch I've actually like modded now, so I can back up the cart if I want, but I haven't. I've got it on Steam, and that's where I intend to play. In fact, I've even got it on Android because it was on Android, and I had like quite a bit of Android credit. I was like, you know what, let me buy it for that. But I haven't even played it. I've got an Odin AYN Odin Lite, and I kind of like it, man. I mean, it's not the best for emulation. For 2D emulation, it's laggy. 3D emulation, it's good. For native Android ports like Castlevania Symphony of Night, man, it is fantastic. It is just really, really darn good. So I bought Streets of Rage on there. I was like, why not? But I haven't really played it, man. It's just one of those things where I say to myself, I want to play this stuff, but I never end up playing it. What do I want to play? I started playing Breath of the Wild, man, but bloody hell, man. I played it for like 3 hours and I've only done 2 of the shrines. That's like the intro to the game. I haven't even done the 3rd one yet. I think I want to give up on that. I might go back to Cyberpunk, but it's been a few days since I played it. The thing about Cyberpunk is the battery. I've been playing it on the ROG Ally, and unless I'm tethered to the wall, right, the battery's going to last 1 hour at most. Whereas if I play something on a Switch OLED, I can... the battery on the Switch OLED, even if I'm playing something like Zelda, the OLED will get me like a good 3 hours even before, you know, I think about charging, which is a decent amount to kind of have. Kind of missed the Steam Deck, man. I kind of missed out on Philly selling his one, man. But yeah, I've given my one to my kid now, so I don't use it anymore. I don't like sharing electronics, but yeah, I felt Steam Deck for certain games, the power optimization was really, really good on that, man. I mean, it hasn't got the performance the ROG Ally's got, but man, you get a lot for your buck. Playing something like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night on there, that lasted, yeah, that lasted hours, man, like on the Steam Deck, like 6 hours or something of battery life on that at 60 FPS even. That was interesting. Oh, talking of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, I actually picked up the Android version. Oh my god, it was so bad on my AY and Odin. I just thought, you know what, yeah, I had to refund it. I was like, no, can't do it. It was legit terrible. Again, what a game, man. Seriously, this in the arcade at the time as a light gun game, you felt like you're in a movie, man. I mean, I'm playing it on a D-pad now, and I feel like I'm in a kind of movie. Okay, let's run into something else. Let's do... Oh, we haven't got Streets of Rage for this, but that'd be nice. Oh, you know what we can do, though? Let's have a look. I haven't got anything written down. We can do Die Hard Arcade, which I kind of like, man. But it was Streets of Rage 4 was bad. Okay. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. I need to play. It is epic. It's a very, very good game. I wasn't fan of Streets of Rage 4. Do you know what? I felt the same about Streets of Rage 4. Initially, I was like, no, I don't like the art style. I like the old pixel graphics. There's not enough of that. But you know what? After playing the game, man, the game's just really, really good. It is really... out of all the kind of modern beat-em-ups that came out, like Turtles Shredder's Revenge is probably my favorite one to play. But, however, I have to say, man, like, from a technical standpoint, it has to be Streets of Rage 4, man. It's a very, very good game. Took a while to grow on me, right? Because not much can beat Streets of Rage 2 in terms of beat-em-ups, right? As much as I like arcade games, and, you know, whether it's Final Fight, Cadillac and Dinosaurs, I'm always going to name a lot of the Capcom stuff here. Let's put Vendetta in there, right? To have a Konami game in there. But Streets of Rage 2, because it was designed for a console, it was designed where the difficulty was decent enough. You could complete it, right? And you know, you can watch people complete that even without getting touched, or, you know, without losing a life on there. So Streets of Rage, because it was made for a console, it was kind of completable, and hit detection, everything in there is just fantastic, man. Like I like the Ninja Turtles game a lot growing up, but man, when I play it now, the hit detection on that thing is terrible. It's like you're waving your thing in the air and the enemies are reacting randomly to it. You know, while you're hitting them, they break out the animation and kick you. It is it is just nuts. Like Streets of Rage 2, like I would go as far as saying is that's like the pinnacle of beat 'em ups. The only thing I don't like about it is when you're fighting that flying boss, the one on a rocket, man. I can never work out the depth. I know people say look at the shadow and do it, but while I'm playing here, I have a hard time doing it. But that's one small negative about it. I mean, it's not a game breaker or a deal breaker or anything. And also, I absolutely love the Streets of Rage hacks, man. The Streets of Rage hacks are just next level. Those things are amazing. You got Street Fighter, you can be Hulk Hogan, Garfield, you can be a bloody spaceship flying around and doing stuff. It's nuts. Yo, Raging Cajun in the house. Wicked. No worries, man. Yeah, but to be honest, the first hour of the party was troubleshooting, but it was. I have never had a stream where I've done. It was a complete crash. It was like, you know, when you have a party, and this is a true story now. I remember going to a party, being somewhat, you know, happy on various substances, and I remember it was a New Year's Eve party, and I went in, and what used to happen when I used to DJ at certain places, people had like amps in there, but if they were so temperamental that if you could just switch a lever or you could switch a dial up too much, and it was a fail safe in place, and it would blow some of the equipment, right? And I remember going to a party and going to DJ there, and I blew up the amp and I killed the party, but I wouldn't go off the decks. They had to move me off because I said that I was good because I could still hear everything I wanted to hear through the headphones. I was being a bit of an idiot, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, that was a party that got ruined, and this stream almost kind of began like that. So what's this? Okay, let's which is the Team Medusa one? I think it's this one here. Is that the one? I can't even remember now. I've got so many different versions of Symphony of the Night on here. But I want to run Symphony of the Night because when you do your YouTube videos, it kind of asks you if you're doing a game, what game is it? And I put Symphony of the Night in there. So I generally try and at least run the game that is mentioned in there at least, you know, at least once kind of in there. But guys, you know what? It's Friday, it's the weekend, and for anyone, right? So for anyone out there with a MiSTer, and most of you guys watching have probably got a MiSTer, there's been a really good update from Hotego where a whole bunch of cores he's made public. The Simpsons core is one of them. On the Simpsons, you've also got Parodia, so that is absolutely brilliant news. And on the beta front, you've got some more Namco games on there, so that's kind of looking good. Right, let's see. Actually, you know what? It's good because this used to crash for me a lot, man. Right, let's see. I can't play it on this. I really hate the controller. I need the 4-button controls for this. But then what happens is I'll end up playing like something on like the Game Boy and the button layout's different, or if I play it on the Analog Pocket, you know, the attack buttons are in different places, the dashes are different, so it's a little bit weird. Batman Forever Arcade, absolutely, sir. Ninja Running Wild in the house. Hey man, how you doing? Wicked. And guys, if anyone wants to talk clone stuff, you can talk any clone stuff you want in here. We've kind of spoke about it before at the beginning of the stream, but you know what, we're good. Man, I love that spider attack, man. So what's the melee attack? It's that there. Take that. You know, the Android version, you can pick all of them from the beginning, man. All 3 characters from the beginning. Really like the Android version of this. Which one's that? Okay, what was the request? Batman the arcade game, wicked. Right, yeah, this game's a janky beat 'em up, man, but it's kind of fun. And yo, Jamie, how you doing? Thanks for requesting that. Yeah, do you know what? The latest one is good. It's the one from Team Medusa. I can't remember exactly where it is on here. I've definitely got it on here though. I don't know if I ran that one or ran like a previous one. I think altogether I've got like 5 different versions of Castlevania Symphony of the Night on here. Let me turn this down a little bit. Do you remember? I remember when Batman, you know, the way Batman spoke in like, what's that guy called? Christian something. Christian Bale, is it? And then Batman done that voice, you know, oh, I'm Batman, I'm that. I watched like a YouTube guy where this guy pretends to be Batman, and after that I could never take any of the more recent Batman movies seriously, because it just sounded like, it reminded me of those parody videos. So when he spoke like that, it sounded like a YouTube bloody comedy video. But about going to update, yeah man, go, yeah, update that MiSTer, man, grab those calls, man. You know, if you're not on Ortego's Patreon, then awesome. It doesn't matter. There's there's treats for everyone today, whether you're a patron or public support. But what I will say, guys, I don't have a financial affiliation with Ortego. But you know, if you're interested in, you know, supporting FPGA core development, you definitely get your bang for your buck on there. And Ortego's working on a lot of projects. You know, there's stuff that, you know, there's stuff in the background that's happening, and you know, like, okay, just to say it without giving away too much information, say the more people that join his Patreon, the more targets he can reach. And let's look at this from a logical kind of perspective, right? In his Patreon post today, he said that they've actually taken on a new member of staff, right? A new member of staff means that they can be allocated work. Hopefully the sound's not too loud and you can hear me, because this is important. A new member of staff means someone can work on reverse engineering, someone can work on schematics, someone can work on, I don't know, actually like doing stuff, you know, within like programming, the coding, and that money that comes, those people are paid for with the Patreon money that we've got. You know, he's got a number of full-time staff. So even though some people might go, oh wow, Ortego's got like a whole bunch of Patreon money coming in, right? First of all, I'm always of the opinion that people should be paid for their work. You know, Ortego, if you look at him, the guy doesn't go on holiday. He doesn't. The guy works, right? The guy works, and you can see that he loves it, right? So definitely should be compensated for his time. But he does spend a lot of that Patreon money paying members of staff, buying equipment, you know, rent for where the staff are working. So there's a lot of costs in there. So even though some people might think, oh, that's high, and some people always have a case of sour grapes, going, oh, he's charging too much money for calls. That is definitely not the case, right? That money's being utilized well, and it's getting us calls, right? So if more money does go to Ortego's Patreon, and for example, you know, let's say he gets a certain number of additional patrons, that can go into bringing us additional calls, or even making calls that we're really after, making us get them quicker. So, you know, I'll encourage anyone, if you've got the financial means, and it's not pressure to do so, because all the calls will become publicly available, right? So it's only if you're in a financial position where you can support FPGA core development. Ortego is an excellent choice for that, because he's very organized, he's got multiple projects. Then, you know, you can do it, and you know, you're definitely going to get something for your buck. You're going to get early releases, and you're going to help that development. But I'm going to go, because I don't want to seem like a shill for that, but I'm a big fan of Ortego. It's the reason I got into the MiSTer. I got into it because of CPS2. I went around my friend's house, I played CPS2, and it's the only time it felt like playing the arcade version outside of the arcade. And honestly, guys, I can tell you that if he gets more Patreons, then we will see like more calls, more releases. We'll start seeing more advanced stuff. More stuff will get, you know, he'll get working on more stuff, which is, you know, people don't work for free. He's got his staff like work Monday to Friday, you know, full-time jobs. We're talking like 8 hours a day. So like full-time staff, people that work for him pay their mortgages working for him. It is a full-time job. It's like us lot going to our jobs, right? So definitely consider that, right? I'm going to stop going on about that, but I wanted to get that point out there, because, you know, sometimes I feel when I see people on Twitter and social media, or like sometimes I see people like bitching a little bit on Discords, you know, just to give you some clarity, all this stuff that we're enjoying, it comes along quicker, because, you know, we've got talented developers like Ortego actually employing people and utilizing that money to actually bring us goods. And you know, I'll always make it clear that there's nothing financial for me to get out of there. You know, I like Ortega. He's a nice guy. You know, if I've got a question I need to ask him, I can ask him, but you know, ultimately he brings lots of calls over, man. I mean, look, just going over, actually, let's just go over. Oh, okay, can I get to the arcade folder from here? I can, I think. Can I? Okay. Let's stick to Saturn, right? So let's go into a CHD. What the hell is this, man? Okay, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna run this game. But wicked, charging too much. Yeah, do you know what? Ninja Running Wild, it's $3 for us, I think. I think the lowest price has gone up now. I think if you enter it now, it might be like $4 or $4.50 or something like that. But if you're an existing member, it doesn't go up, right? Your price doesn't go up. It's only if you're new and you join, it goes in there. However, the first thing I did, even before I started really covering this stuff on there, because I'm such a big fan of Ortega's work, the first thing I did was I joined the Patreon and I haven't looked back. To be honest, I should have done the yearly one, right? Because I can save money that way as well. I've just left it on monthly. I thought to myself, you know what, I'll pay the guy a little bit because I really do like the CPS stuff. But then I ended up just leaving it on there, man. It's like it is $3 a month for me. I think it's like £3 or £2 something, whatever it is, including the tax and everything. So for me, it's extremely good value. But guys, like, I can't emphasize this enough. You're not wasting your money by backing like Ortega. There's other developers out there, and you can support developers that you want. But Ortega's very, very organized. He's got a roadmap. He's got the team. It is just wicked. But anyway, look, like I said, I'm going to stop going on with that. When I start bigging him up, I get a little bit carried away. But yeah, let's have a look what chat's saying. Auto region work on this core. Yes, so I've got a region free BIOS, and you can find that one for yourself. It's definitely out there on the internet somewhere. And the region free BIOS, since I've had it, I've been using it, and I never have to select the region. I can have it on any region. The BIOS just kicks in, and it just works, guys. So yeah, we're kind of good with that. Okay. This kind of look like Bonanza Brothers. Okay. Oh, is this that? This is that game Philae gave me, man. I'm not going to play this right now. Oh, you know what? This is. You know what? I'm always running. Let me run a game that I don't know until someone points something out that I don't know. At the first game. Oh, I know this one. What's this one here? Mizapu Dobuken. Okay. What is going on? Why? Let's see if it loads up that game. Right, let's have a look. It goes a bit funny sometimes where it stops loading the stuff. Right, okay. Let's see what it loads up. Is it going to load up the new game, or is it going to load up the same game that I selected? No, it's going to load up the new one. Okay, that's weird. Mizu Baku the Boken. That's what I just loaded, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Let's have a look at this. Okay, Tato, right? Gotta love Tato, man. Oh, this is Liquid Kids. Yeah, it's a good game, man. I was playing the Amiga version of this. I'm sorry, I wasn't playing it. When I did a stream with Mazamars, he was playing the Amiga version of this. I was watching him play it. This is an interesting game. It's obviously an arcade game as well, man. But again, like... You know what? Playing this game, I kind of want a bubble tea, man. Who likes bubble tea, man? I really like bubble tea. Like, love it. What's the one that I like? The tapioca stuff, man. It's really, really good. Oh, no, Jamie cute and hard. Yeah, definitely cute. I mean, the first level wasn't too hard. I'm sure it will get hard. That's what she said. Ooh, like it. Like how it goes down. Let's rescue those piggies. Oh, love it. Okay. Can I put the fire out? Oh, I can put the fire out. Nice. Oh, I want the tap. What's the tap going? Oh, look at that. I got myself some big bubbles. That's very, very bubble, isn't it? Those, I'd be gutted if those bubbles were limited. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, it's a good game, guys. Definitely try this one out on the Saturn core. Ah, interesting. Yeah, it's a good game. Definitely worth trying. Raging On. Wicked. Okay, is this going to be one of those bumpy? Okay, it's not. Okay, cool. I thought it was going to be the one where I'm going to hit my head up top. You know the arcade games, right? Where you're trying to do that jump and one pixel kind of clips your head at the top and you're done. You know, it just makes you fall into like the trap. Such a skanky technique. Can I make the jump? Oh, I can. Ooh. Ah. Okay, that's a bit wrong there from me. You know what? I was gonna select that game, you know, Jamie. See that pool? All right, that's in arcade. So, fortunately for you, I know where that one is, and that one's here, right? But if I didn't know it was here in volume 1 and to look for that little something, I'd be looking under P, man. Okay, weird way of doing it, right? Don't get the bars going up and then I do a reset and then it kind of runs. Might go in the dashboard, might have to select the disc, but all good. So anyone out there with like an original Saturn, have you guys got that Saturn Saru thing going? Yeah, I know Modern Vintage Gamer just released a video and I haven't watched it, to be honest. I kind of know enough about it, so it's not of much interest to me. Plus I don't have a Saturn, but yeah, if I had a Saturn though, I'd be buying that cartridge, man. It's like you can get it for like 50 pounds delivered or something, and it runs the vast majority of the games. And the games that don't work, it's not any of the heavy hitters from what I understand. It's yeah. Oh, no need now. Yeah, you know what, would have missed it. But you know, so if you've got the hardware and you want the hardware and that's what you're doing, I get it. Some people got it. Like I've got a friend. He's even got a YouTube channel, right? But the guy adds obstacle courses. I keep telling him, get a PC. You know, you're good, do your editing and everything on there. He does his videos on his phone and his PlayStation and edits everything from there. But he still plays stuff on like original hardware, which is good. But it's like, get a MiSTer. Maybe he'll get one with the lower price. But you know, with him, cash has never really been an issue. It's, if he wants it, he'll get it, and he's never felt the need to get this stuff. I mean, he's one of my Street Fighter guys, right? Someone that I met from playing online, actually, on and we used to go on shorayukin.com for anyone that was into fighting games like heavily. Do you remember on the days of like Xbox Live or even before that, you used to have good games and bad games, Fred? So we used to go on there, we used to chat, and we were all local, so we started meeting at tournaments, and obviously he became a friend. He's yeah, so he's got his own channel and everything, but yeah, he's just, you know, even for FightCade, which was the best place to play fighting games, right? He just never bothered getting a PC, was never interested. You know, he'd play on the PlayStation, he'd play like Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which is just, it's rubbish compared to FightCade. It's terrible. It's got input lag, it's laggy, the netcode's not as good. But yeah, man, like, okay, a British police officer down there. You know what I mean? I really like the supers in here. Look. The supers are just fantastic in this, man. Okay. Okay, laters. Do we go back up? I'm pretty sure I'll go back up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it just jumps up. It's weird. You can't climb up, but you can do that. Okay, this. What's it? Replay carbon bot video. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Ninja Running Wild. So before Reddit came and killed every kind of forum out there, right, and became like the ultimate internet forum for everything, right? A subreddit for everything. Shoryuken was big, man. It was yeah, it was very, very big. I mean, I made a lot of friends on there, man. A lot of friends. In fact, like, you know, the time where I got my game shop and I became essentially a nerd again, right? So I stopped kind of going out. I stopped DJing. Well, I still DJed a bit here and there, but, you know, I stopped doing it like 3-4 times a week, right? I got back into fighting games, and a lot of the friends I made, there was a lot of people that I met from Shoryuken. I mean, I even remember going to different countries, and you know, I remember like when I went Italy on holiday, like I post there and Shoryuken, be like, look, I'm coming down, and a bunch of Italian players met me at the station in Milan. I was staying in Torino or somewhere, and yeah, a bunch of players coming. The guy was really cool, man. The player at the time, it was a guy called Leva. If anyone's familiar with Street Fighter, you know, like a top Italian player called Leva, Leva. And his friends, there was a guy called Alexander, a guy called Marco, another guy called Whole Horse. I remember 4 of them. There might have been another one as well. And they were really cool. I went around to one of their houses. Really nice, big, lovely house. Man, they got lovely houses in Italy, right? Really, really nice. I met his the guy's father, who probably, you know, yeah, really, really cool. And we played, and they battered me, man. I mean, these guys were leagues ahead of me, man. I got pwned by them, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was all right. I was never that good. These guys were top class, man. There was a guy, I think his name was Franco, actually, very, very good Necro player, man. They were really, really good. Right, let's see if I got that crazy super where the microwave comes out. Now, not here. But that was really good. You would meet them on Shoryuken. You know, one of my best friends who I consider the best Akuma player outside of Japan, you know, or definitely the best Akuma in Europe. He still plays on FightCade. There's a guy called Harmonaz. You know, we met playing on Xbox Live. And then when we got talking on the Good Games thread, it turned out that we lived walking from my house to his house. You could do it in maximum 10 minutes. And we were like, wow. So we kind of started meeting up. You know, we met up, we hung out, we started playing Street Fighter. It was an amazing time, and we were singing. Those are the guys I started hanging out with. This is wacko. So those are the guys I started hanging out with. Now, I don't really hang out with many people, man. It's very rare that, you know, we kind of meet up and do stuff. But I think that's what family life brings you. You know, you work, you do stuff. Okay. Gotta keep it family. This is the point. I just hope my wife doesn't walk in. You know, she'll like sneak in the room. Sorry, love. Gotta go and get something out of the wardrobe. And she'll be like, what are you doing? I trusted you. I'm really sorry. There's a pair of legs there and I'm just sprinkling some magic white fairy dust in between them. Am I beating the legs? Oh, do I need to go past them? Oh, I don't just go past them. Okay, that could have been avoided. Wow, this is wacko, man. I hope it doesn't go away too far away from family friendliness. But this would be a good arcade core to have, right? I mean, it's the stuff on the Saturn feels good. Right, let's see if I've got... I want to see the microwave super. There's one where, like, this guy comes out of a massive microwave, man. But I don't know what the conditions are for each super. Or whether you can change it or do anything. Let's see. I want to try and use it again. Come on, come out microwave. Okay, I'm invincible and it's raining my white stuff on it. This game is wacko. You guys got to try it. Oh man, what we got? We got a Kabuki guy there. Is that what it is? I should have saved it for him. Have I got another one? No, I haven't. Wow. Okay, man, I got whacked. That's the slimmest sumo wrestler I've ever seen. Okay, let's ooh. Have I got invincibility? I'm still shining. I'll use another one. Go, my little animals! Fantastic. Yeah, avoiding the puddle, man. If fighting game commentator for Evo. Yeah, I don't know him personally or anything. But yeah, avoiding the puddle. Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. But he was more into Tekken. But I've never really been big into Tekken, but I have watched him comment on some Tekken stuff. When I watch something, I'll always watch Tekken stuff if I feel like the meta's getting shaken. It's interesting to watch, right? And when they released Akuma in there, it was nice to watch a player called Super Akuma just do some crazy stuff with Akuma. But avoiding the puddle, I like him because he likes Third Strike, and I've watched some of his streams where he plays it, and he's very, very good. I think I saw him use Oro and Akuma. He's very, very good at games, man. But yeah, he seems like a sound guy, man. Yeah, you know, from what I've seen of him and everything there. But yeah, he's good, and he likes Third Strike. So if you like Third Strike, you know, automatically I'm gonna like you, right? Because I like Third Strike. This game is wacko, man. I love it, love it. Let's just use another one here. Man, I really wanted that microwave one where there's a guy comes out of a microwave, opens the microwave door, smashes you with a door, and he's in there in like a pair of underwear, man. It is just whack out crazy, man. Like this game is something. It reminds me of video game Esoterica a lot, because he definitely likes a lot of the esoteric games out there. Hence the name of the channel. But yeah, you know, I'm no stranger to the weirdness as well. Definitely not as much as him, but I do like my fair share. I mean, this is just brilliant. Right, let's run something else. I could talk a bit and have a look at the chat as well. So that's cool. Oh, have we got anything else in the chat? Ooh, okay, let's have a look. Well, what's this one? Oh, so that's Gun Force. Wonder Free. Image Fight. Okay. Oh, this is a good game that that Philae put me onto this game, man. Asuka 120%. I played less than 1 hour Street Fighter 3. You know what? It's Philae. It's a really, really, really good game. And let me have a look at some of the chat as well. Right. So how I got into Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, when I got back into fighting games, Capcom vs SNK 2 is what was in my shop and is what we started playing. And I got into it a lot. Then I was like, I need to go to the arcade. I want to play in the arcade, right? So there was an arcade, we referred to it as Good Street, but it was on Tottenham Court Road, but the closest station was Good Street Tube Station, right? So that's why we called it that. So the arcade sticks there were terrible. Like, honestly, they were terrible arcade sticks. Like really, really bad. They weren't even, it wasn't even like there was, you know, like when you play, you got an arcade stick, you've got generally like a square gate, or you've got like a octagonal one, right? An 8-way one, right? So it wasn't even that. It was like, just imagine like an analog stick and an arcade stick. It was just terrible. Like, I couldn't play on it. Guys used to play on it. It was terrible. So there was another arcade, the Trocadero, and every Friday people used to get together there to play Third Strike. Now, I didn't like Third Strike when I first played it, right? And most people that like classic Street Fighter, you can't get into Third Strike, right? It's just way too different to any other Street Fighter that you've played, right? You know, the way the sweeps are in that game are completely different. I was like, man, I don't like this game. It's rubbish. It's slow. And yeah, I kind of got speaking to, there was a UK player, he's quite well known, a guy called Chunkis, and he mentioned quite a lot about the game to me. And there was another guy called Dukas, who I was working with at the time, who was one of the best in Kens and Dudleys. And then they kind of introduced me to the game and showed me some stuff. And I still didn't like it that much, but there was a lot of competition in the arcade, right? So I started playing it, and then I really, really got into it, man. I really, really got into Third Strike. I would play that a lot. I would play it in the arcade. Arcade was amazing. Then I'd play it online, man. It was wicked. Oh, Phil, it's very, very easy to do combos in this, man. Wicked. Oh, SNK Kev, my bro, in the house. How are you doing, man? I hope you get some downtime this weekend to chill and play. I know you're always working hard, whether it's studying or working, you know. But anyone that's not great at fighting games or has difficulty combos, play this game. You can literally pick a direction and just mash the controller, and it will link it into combos in the same ways Breakers does on the Neo Geo, right? Breakers, when you start mashing stuff and doing directions and stuff, yeah, you end up doing combos, and this game's similar to that in the sense. And the second character is probably going to mash me up, but it's just a very good looking game. I like this. It's interesting, right? Because when you're running this, it won't stop on them on the floor. So, wow, okay, nice, super. What it'll do is it will kind of go over them and go over to the other side, which I guess is kind of interesting. Maybe you can use it as a cross-up or something, or ground cross-up even. Nice super there from me. Again, easy to do stuff. I'm literally just mashing directions and everything. I've done a PSX live stream not too long ago, man, but there's so many games for it, so I kind of have to pick some. What's the bubble line? Right, let's have a look. Let's find something. Let's find something that's got a little demo as well. So, well, hopefully Decathlete's got a good demo. Let's have a look. Do you know what, Ninja Running Wild, right? I've never really been good at fighting games. I've never really been, I mean, don't get me wrong, when I say I'm good at fighting games, like, you're only as good as your crowd. So with my group of friends when I was growing up, yes, I was the best, right? In the arcade I would go, and then yeah, I would lose some games to the guys in the arcade because they were hardcore, right? But within my social circle, I was the best, right? You know, and I was like, okay, you know, and it kind of went to my head until I got humbled and I got battered, right? And I was like, okay, I got humbled down. So you could be amazing, but then you fight someone else that is better than you, and you think, oh wow, you know what? Like this is actually how you play the game. And I got taught my lesson in Capcom versus SNK 2. I've mentioned the story like a few times on the channel, right? Where so what happened was I was playing. A guy came in because I had a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine. He played Street Fighter 2 the arcade machine. I could see he was good at the game. We started talking, and then we were playing at the back of the shop, Capcom versus SNK 2. And he said, you know what, I play that game. So we said, yeah, come play us. We gave him a pad. He was someone that played on a stick. I beat him. And then he came back with his stick and he battered me, man. He OCV'd me. For anyone that doesn't know what OCV means, in fighting games or in generally any games, it means one character victory. The guy just battered me. Then he kind of told me about the professional circuit here, kind of told me about players like Ryan Hart, told me about the arcade scene, told me about tournaments. Turned out that this guy was the best in Europe at Capcom versus SNK 2. However, Capcom versus SNK 2 just wasn't played that much in London, UK. It was very, very small. It just wasn't liked as much as, say, Third Strike or Super Turbo. But yeah, that kind of introduced me to a whole new level of people that were actually good, you know, beyond my group of friends. So, you know, you can be good, but then you might play someone that's a lot better than you. And then, you know, it's do you want to get better? I know I've got a limit to how good I can get, right? I'm out of practice. Like a lot of the combos I used to be able to do, I don't have that muscle memory. It's not embedded now, so I'll drop a lot of them now. However, I know I can't because a lot of my friends are a lot better than me at games, so or in fighting games. So the guys that I hung out with, close friends, were guys that were winning tournaments, right? They were winning tournaments, you know, local tournaments, European tournaments. They went to Evo, they went to Super Battle Opera. So, you know, when we're playing and I've asked them, look, what is it that I'm doing wrong here? How come I'm losing to that guy? They will tell me something that the other player is doing to me or a mistake, and I wouldn't even know it myself. The kind of level they would go to in their training and scenarios. But the thing is, I just didn't have that insight. They'll be playing. I remember a guy came over from like the States one time. He was on 60 wins, and you know, my friend Harmonaz went on and he just battered this guy straight away. And then, you know, everyone just kind of sat back and let this guy and Harmonaz play, and Harmonaz like beat him like 20 games in a row or something, right? And I said to him, like, what was it? And he told me, he said to me, look, I've just found these weaknesses in this guy's game, but he might not even know it himself, but I'm just exploiting it every single time. He can't get around it. But the point is, I couldn't see that weakness in his game. I am not that advanced of a player to do it. And a lot of it, some of it comes down to just practice, right? But a lot of it comes down to natural ability. And this is where do you remember if you watch Naruto, right? Where Rock Lee trains, and Rock Lee can never get to where Naruto is because Naruto trains, but Naruto has that natural ability, and that goes for almost anything in life. There's some people that are just naturally at it, right? And it's what I'm talking about. If you're in school, right? Imagine when you're in school or you've got kids and you go to school, right? You see some kids there that are just natural acrobats. They're swinging around on the playground like they're literally like an animal, right? They got the versatility of like a primate. They're just swinging around everywhere, and you can see they've got that natural movement. It's just something they've not trained for it, it's just naturally within them. And then you've got someone who just doesn't have that movement. It's literally like someone controlling a robot and they're moving around. Now, the robot person can train, but if the person with the natural ability trains, the robot person will never ever be as good as the one with the natural ability training. I still remember in the arcade, I remember playing Third Strike and, you know, playing it for years. I remember one guy coming in a week later, he was battering everyone. This guy, if anyone knows the FGC and has been around a while, it's a guy called Zach Bennett. Zach Bennett, if you watch him on YouTube, amazing at Marvel vs. Capcom 3, very, very good. Came out with his own team, worked out a whole bunch of stuff. He used Firebrand, the dude from Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts and Gargoyles Quest. Amazing player, right? We played him at First Strike. This guy was just deep when it came to fighting games. I mean, I remember because I used to train with Harmonaz, so I used to go around to sessions sometimes and play. But for example, if anyone knows Third Strike, right? If you know Oro and Oro's Super Art 3, where it's the Tengu Stones, there's two variations of it. One that you activate it with one button, and there's another one that you activate it with 3 buttons, which is the EX version, right? So there was, depending on what activation you get, you'll get either bricks coming out or a combo of bricks, a dinosaur toy, some rubble. So he even went as far as to know which activation you get can do specific combos. And the amount of stuff that he just... The lengths that these guys went into it was just amazing. But that guy Zach Bennett, he was one of the best players I ever saw, man. The guy was just amazing. He was Street Fighter 4. He dominated it for a long time, and then at a certain point he just kind of gave up gaming and focused on his career. Last I heard, years and years ago, he was working for Google. But yeah, if you put in the name Zach, Z-A-K, and then Bennett the normal way, B-E-N-N-E-T, very, very good player, man. And this guy, I saw him from playing the game for almost the first time to a week later just being a master of it, like taking out the best, you know. Games were neck and neck between himself and Ryan Hart, neck and neck between all the top guys in Third Strike at the time. Absolutely amazing guy. So guys, look, in regards to Mars, you know, there was a lot of stuff that we had with Mars, but you know what, we're on peaceful terms now, so I won't go into anything with it. But what I will say in regards to Mars, and really anything else out there, right? This clone project now is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to affect, like, so if we talk about, say, Mars or even like Replay 2, you know, Mars is more of a commercial project, whereas the Replay 2 is an open source board, right? It's fully open source. The software on there is going to be open source. The operating system is going to be open source. It's an open source project. Now, so in regards, so you've got to say some of the people that I speak to on this channel were like, okay, we'll hold out for a Mars because, you know, when Mars releases, it's going to have the MiSTer cores, plus, you know, they're promising Dreamcast, they're doing all of this. But now if you're going to get a clone board for, man, like, let's just say $100, $15 for RAM, let's just round it up to 150, saying tax and delivery, right? For $150 now, you've got a functional MiSTer, which is playing all the cores, if obviously it does everything it says on the tin, right? That's gonna, like, for me personally, right, like, if I was in a position where I did not have a MiSTer, right? If I didn't have a MiSTer and I was thinking to myself, okay, you know what, I'm holding out for Mars or Replay, I would genuinely think, well, you know what, I only have to spend 150 now and I'm gonna get this and I can play this, and now I can wait to see who's going to deliver, who's not going to deliver. Is someone actually going to bring out Dreamcast? Is someone going to bring out new arcade systems? And once that's out, cool, I'll adapt to whatever new system there is, because now we've got something that we haven't got on the MiSTer. TMS, you know, Mystics is wicked, man. I really like Hans's work. I think the guy is awesome. He's got a whole bunch of Tego calls working on there now. It's making progress, and I feel just at some point I need to reach out to Hans and just be, you know, recommend me one board. I'm not gonna get a whole bunch of boards with it. Maybe like the Xilinx board that they're using, and just kind of have it more so to run stuff on the channel, right? I've got a second capture card now, so I can run side by side comparisons. There's a lot of stuff that I'm very, very interested in doing, and I think Mystics is something I will pick up somewhere down the line. I mean, at this moment in time, the things I'm most interested in testing out is definitely the Replay 2 when that comes out, which hopefully will be sooner rather than later. And the other thing that I'm really, really interested in is the clone board, man. The clone board, in fact, I'd say, like, I'm so tempted in seeing that, and that's more from a community perspective, right? Because I want to see, I just want to see what it offers, man. What it offers. I want to see, you know, it does everything I intend to do. So what I intend to do with some of the comparisons, right, is I might not run two things parallel, because if I run in parallel, I haven't got a way of triggering one input on two devices simultaneously without it being off by a few milliseconds. Even if I was to get two controllers and press them with my left index finger and my right index finger and tap that stuff down, there's no way I can ascertain that I've pressed them at exactly the same time. So the correct way to do it would be, let's say we take an arcade core, for example, right? Or even a Saturn core. Let's say we get a Saturn core and I run the Saturn core, I run a game, right? So let's just say, for example, we run Street Fighter Alpha 3, because we've run that quite a bit today. So I get the MiSTer, I use this, so it's running, because it runs the same operating system, everything's the same. The same micro SD card, I have it in my MiSTer. I run my MiSTer, I run Street Fighter Alpha 3, I leave my capture card on, I leave it recording, I go to sleep, I wake up, okay, I was going to say 8 hours, but who gets 8 hours sleep these days? I get up like 6, maybe 7 hours later, I then turn it off. I've now got whatever, 6, 7 hours of footage of just a tracked mode running on the Saturn version of Street Fighter Alpha 3. I then get the clone version, I insert the same micro SD card into the clone version, and then I run that for 6, 7 hours, right? Exactly the same time. And then what I do is I line them up in my editing software, which, by the way, I use Shotcut. I know I get told to use Resolve, but I've been using Shotcut for so long. I don't do any crazy editing, so, you know, it's pretty basic what I do. But I can line up both the shots, and what I can do is I can line my shot up so they start on exactly the same frame, right? And that's quite easy to get, because if you get to a certain part in the game, let's say it's a black screen, and then the image starts coming on, you get the same image on both of them, then I know I'm on the exact same frame. I have left side, say MiSTer, right side clone, and then all I do is I edit that, let that run together. It's matched up on the same frame. Now it's running, right? And what I can do is I can run it for 8 hours, then I can record both of them running simultaneously, and now I know they have started on the exact same frame, right? So our timing should be frame accurate, and then let both of them run side by side for 8 hours. And obviously on YouTube, it's unlikely I'm going to put like an 8-hour video showing this stuff, right? So what I will likely do is I will do a time lapse of it. You know, we'll do like the first 5 minutes or the first 1 minute, for example, and then we'll skip an hour, or we'll skip 10 minutes or whatever, do another few seconds, you know, maybe turn the whole 8 hours into like a 10-minute video and just run it to see. Because if it's going to run exactly the same, even after a number of hours, if I'm using the same micro SD card, I'm using the same controller, I'm using the same capture method, there is nothing in there. The only variation in there is one is the DE10 Nano, the other is the clone board. We should be able to see and work out exactly, you know, if it is identical. Guys, I'm telling you, I've got a good feeling about this this clone board, because, you know, Addons, he's not only is he listening to advice, you can see that he's confirming that yes, we'll change this is good. He's listening to it and he's taking that advice on board, because he's getting free advice from community, from gamers that are hardcore into it, from developers, the founder of the MiSTer project, and he's taking that advice on board, and it may fix some of the issues that the MiSTer has. So it will give you an identical experience with some improvements that you know, that you can't get from the D10 Nano. So it's definitely exciting times. It's exciting times to be in FPGA gaming, right? So, but I would like to do that, and you know, like I said, I spoke to Taki over on Discord. I said I'm really interested in getting one like as soon as possible, right? I can't get it soon enough. So, you know, in between my work, as soon as I get a bit of time, with the exception of the weekly news video, right, I will make it a priority to do these kind of testing side by side videos. You know, I might even do a live stream where I can run them side by side. It won't be accurate down to milliseconds, but it'll all be within one frame of each other, right? We can run something, right? Oh, have I got? Okay, I've got RAM. So yeah, it's definitely something we're looking forward to. Yo, Trezorakta, how you doing, man? Wicked, good stuff. Waiting for my Mr. White announcement. So, well, do you know what, Vampire? There's a lot of stuff happening, but For example, there's other projects that I know as well that I'm not allowed to speak about. However, I can say that someone asked me, was this clone board one of the projects that I'm not allowed to speak about and I knew about previously, and that's incorrect. I found out about this clone board pretty much the same time all you guys found out about the clone board, right? That's when I found out about it. But there is other stuff out there. But obviously, look, what can happen is when you've got stuff like Replay 2 around the corner, that's going to be more powerful. You've got something that's a clone board. What I don't know is whether the other FPGA projects I know about that people are working on, whether people are going to finalize and go through with them, right? Because if you've now got a MiSTer that you're getting for $115, right? And what you're working on, like for example now, the CD-128 that was released recently, right, as an all-in-one console, I think it was it $350? You know what, sorry, while this is running, let me go on the website, right? I'm just going to check CD quickly. Right, let me close all these other tabs. Because I might be able to bring it on screen while we're doing this. So CD-128 is something that released recently, right? So here we go. Let me see if we can get this, and I'll try and share my, okay, no, CD-128, here we go. Here we go. Right, guys, sorry, just gonna get this. Let me see if I can add Chrome to OBS. I should be able to. I might just need to bear with me, guys. I'm going to try and show you this on screen now. Window capture. Here we go. Here you go. Right, okay, so I've got my Chrome up here now, right? So if we look at this now, guys, we have got the CD 128 for €387, right? And that's excluding VAT and everything, right? And so you have to ask yourself, is that worth it now? Maybe an all-in-one box, you know, compared to like a full MiSTer setup, it's a little bit cheaper, right? Because effectively, I think you can do, if you buy all the parts yourself, right, and you don't buy it pre-configured, you can get, your MiSTer might cost you like, let's say £450, £500 if you get everything yourself. If you buy it from a vendor like the sponsor of the MiSTer streams, like Mr. Addons, it might cost you the best part of like £600. Sorry guys, I'm talking pounds here. 550, 600, whatever it is, right? You might go to Ultimate MiSTer, buy one there, or you know. So now you have to ask yourself, is CD actually worth it now? If the clone board succeeds in what it's claiming it's going to be doing, right? And the clone board comes out and it does, it does a really, really good job, right? You have to ask yourself, is the CD even a viable option now? Is that something that's worth getting, right? I know Ortego supports the CD-128 where possible, but yeah, so, you know, if someone else is working on something else in the background and it doesn't outperform the MiSTer, or it's similar performance to the MiSTer, but it doesn't outperform the clone on price, and the price is now delivering everything the D10 Nano is, it can definitely put the spanner in the works of some projects, or it can stop some stuff from actually happening. Let me have a look at some of the chat. Yeah, completely. And that's we get that on the channel a lot, and I've always said, right, so let's rewind to say this time last week, right? People ask me, oh, Pixel, shall we wait for Mars? Shall we wait for Replay 2? And I always say, look, you know what? The MiSTer is here now. It's a bird in hand is better than two in the bush, right? How do we know anything about these projects? Anything can happen, right? Even though, like I say, especially with Replay 2, like I'm super hyped about it, right? And I've got no doubt in my head that team is going to deliver, right? But I can't tell the future. Anything can happen, you know? So the MiSTer's in hand now, and if you want a good gaming experience, I'm happy with my MiSTer. Honestly, guys, like, if not a single core came out for the MiSTer now and it was stuck in the state it is now, right, I would be happy with it. I would not need anything else. It's got NES. Okay, I'm not too fussed about NES, but Super NES, right? Yes. Mega Drive, PC Engine, right? Love them, right? Obviously, there's the new stuff as well, like what we're doing here. Saturn, N64, all this stuff is out there, guys. Yep, loving it. I've got all my arcade stuff on there. I've got CPS 2, CPS 1, CPS 1.5. I've got Neo Geo on there. I don't need anything else, right? I am good. And so that's why I would say buy it. Now, if someone was to ask me today, oh, shall I hold out, you know, for something. And I would say, look, if you're going to buy a MiSTer, hold out to see what this clone's like, right? Because I'd feel bad if I was like, go out and buy a MiSTer and this clone delivers everything that the MiSTer does, plus any shortcomings that the project has due to the DE10 Nano being used, this one overcomes. So, you know, it's looking good, and hopefully this clone board delivers, because we'll get so many more people on this, man. I've got friends that I got my cousin down the road bought a Pi, man. You know, he for the same amount of money he spent on that and the bits he bought for it, he can just get a MiSTer set up now, man. He's already got a couple of pockets. He will definitely buy the MiSTer. He's already said to me that he had a look at he had a look at the clone video that I did, and he's very interested in this. Right, I just saw your game day, Philly. Just gonna go with that. What is it? G game. Okay, game. Oh, didn't you have a folder? Oh no, hold on. I think I just saw it there. Game Tengoku. Here we go. Game Tengoku. I might not play it though. Yeah, I've got into that kind of talking thing now. So. Yeah, once a new platform comes out, get ready for a market flood of user MiSTers. Yeah. So that's it. If the new clone comes out, yeah, we're gonna get a whole bunch of people on the MiSTer thing. But you know, the more anything else kind of gets delayed now, like there's no point having a new project now that's going to come out and it's going to be like a next generation one, and it's only going to run what's available on the MiSTer, because why would you take a chance on that? You know, for me, yeah, I'd want something different or new on that, something that can't be done on that. So that's going to be, yeah, it's interesting times ahead for FPGA. I've got to press the start button, yeah. Hopefully, okay, wicked. Jellicoe, I like some of the Jellicoe stuff. I don't know, I'm going to keep my MiSTer. Yeah, of course, man. Kato, I would never sell. I've got two MiSTers. I wouldn't sell one of them. I wouldn't even. I've got my dual RAM, my single RAM. Dude, I'll find use for them. I mean, I'm stuck in a corner of my bedroom, but the good thing is I've got a second capture card. I've ordered a 10-inch monitor from AliExpress, right, with 4 milliseconds of display lag. I've got a 10-inch laptop, so I've got a very good mobile kind of workstation that I can use. It'll be a little bit crammed. It won't be as comfortable as my main one, but that's my two MiSTers there. But guys, because look, the channel's growing, and hopefully in time it can grow, and I can, you know, one day maybe move into something, not directly just getting stuff off YouTube, but maybe I can use this to pivot to something that I can make as my income, right? I'd want something a little bit like less risky. So I'm interested in getting additional hardware, as long as it doesn't completely like wipe me out. But I'm gonna buy the replay, right? I'm gonna buy the replay too, for sure. That's something I want to buy. Now with regard to the clone board, yep, definitely interested in getting that as soon as possible, right? You know, interested in getting that. So that's in regard to Mars, like honestly, like I really don't care for it until they've got something that's not available anywhere else. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, right? Because Mars are going to be showing stuff off in June, and they're going to be showing off, I think, Jaguar 3DO and what's the other one? Mortal Kombat 2, right? Okay, so that's some alright stuff there, right? Well, Philet, I'm not going to get a copyright strike here, am I, when it's singing? Alright, let's see. I might have to edit the video after, but we will leave it on there because it's nice. So, but, you know, let's just say, hypothetically speaking now, like Replay 2 are out there, and all of a sudden they just bang out a Dreamcast core, then, you know, then I won't necessarily be interested in Mars, because as much as I don't mind 3DO, I had the 3DO, it's not a core that interests me. I'm not going to go and buy a system for it. The Atari Jaguar, like honestly, again, I'm not interested in that. It's not a system. The Dreamcast I'm interested in. Atari Jaguar I'm not interested in. To be honest, Atari Jaguar, there's the Big P emulator. If you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. It is such a good emulator. Seriously, it is very good. And I got a good kick playing Jaguar games on there. But honestly, doing a video on that and playing it for a couple of hours, that was enough to kind of scratch my Jaguar itch. Not so much into that. Mortal Kombat, I don't mind, but I've always been a Street Fighter guy, right? I've always been a Street Fighter guy. So Mortal Kombat 2 was good, and I did play it on the Super Nintendo. So I never played it in the arcade. I played it against my friends on the Super Nintendo very casually. So having the Super Nintendo version is actually good enough for me. I'm more of a Capcom guy and somewhat of an SNK guy. So the Midway stuff, up until Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch, because it had online and there was a lot of people playing it, I played it. So But let's see what happens. But this clone board, guys, is definitely like it's definitely putting a spanner in the works for upcoming projects, man. Unless those upcoming projects bring something that's just not doable, man. But let's have a look. Let's play a little bit. Oh, okay, wow, man. We've been going for quite a bit. So, guys, like, I just want to kind of apologize because the first hour of this stream was just whack, man. You know, I did do a few power cycles, but it took like 3 or 4 before it actually started working again properly. So it was a little bit nuts. So for anyone watching the replay, for the first hour was just whack. Not even I would watch it, man. Oh, okay. I think last time I done the vertical one. Let's do the horizontal one. And what's this game called? I need to remember this game Tengoku. Oh no! I need to go back out. It's actually Tate mode. I thought it was gonna, right? No. Okay, let's give that a reset and run that again. Atari Jaguar. That sounds like something out of Austin Powers, right? Guys, the latest this stream will go. What time are we doing now? Right, almost 2.5 hours. I've probably got about another 20 minutes left. My wife gave me 2.5 hours of time, and I don't want to take the piss. I know I can go over it a little bit because I've got something to do at about just before, actually at 7:30. So the most I can do is about another 34 minutes. Unloved homie in the house. Unloved homie is loved over here. We love the guy. And unloved homie, I didn't see you in chat before. If you just came in, I got these things up here. We were talking a little bit about the clones, and yes, definitely hyped to see that clone coming out. But do you know what? Again, I'll say it again. It'll be interesting to see if the clone comes out and the price of the DE10 Nano goes down, because a lot of people say that Trasic are just pushing the price up because there's demand for it and they realize that people are buying it for gaming. So if that, look, that's not proven, right? That's just like some could call that a conspiracy theory. Wicked unloved homie, nice one, bro. But I can't confirm that. Is that that's from bloody plus? Oh. Wow, okay, I just clocked this. I don't know if I clocked this last time, right? These are ships from the other games. That's from that oh wow, I can't remember what it's called. No, not Macross. Okay, I know that's from Plus Alpha, so let's go Plus Alpha. This is interesting, guys. So yeah, so going back to that, right? Well, if Trasic, if it is true, right? Again, I'm not saying it is, because it's just what I hear people say, but there's no proof to it, right? You know, there might be a valid reason for it. Right, so it'll be interesting to see if they lower the price of it, right? Because that'll be, imagine that, man. I mean, imagine best case scenario for the consumer. Clone board comes out, it outperforms the D10 Nano in certain things, or not outperforms, sorry. A few of the shortcomings of using the D10 Nano board are specifically addressed, right? And it's cheaper. So now, if for example, it is true, this game is tough though, if Trasic have put the price up just because of a supply and demand thing, right, and that is the reason, then that might be, okay, we've got a certain amount of D10 Nano boards, you know, okay, we can go back to the original margin that we used to make. And if that happens, I mean, it'll be amazing to see the clone board go down even more, right? You know, because look, what happens if something's popular, right? You get one person making it, but then you might get other vendors making it on AliExpress, right? Other people get involved, they end up doing it. So it could just mean, you know, even cheaper prices. So this is very, very good for the consumer, for the end user. I mean, just imagine, right? You know, you've got like the clone board being sold on AliExpress, and it's getting cheaper, right? And for instead of 115, they've got on today, like, what is it, chance day or change day or something. There's enough. I bought something from AliExpress today and last night actually. So yeah, so you end up getting it, you know, with offers and all of that. Let's say you end up getting it with the RAM module. Instead of 115, you end up getting it for 100, or you end up getting it for like 80 or whatever, right? So it'll be very, very interesting to see. Now, again, I may not even know what I'm talking about here, right? It might just be, no, it's not possible to go beyond that price point and make it viable for the seller to sell. You know, 115 with the RAM module is the floor, 100 for the board, right? But there's always coupons and stuff. So it's very, very interesting. I would say that since I've joined, since I've been covering FPGA gaming, this, if not the most significant thing in the whole of like the MiSTer kind of scene, is definitely one of the most significant, right? Because we've had cores. The announcement of the N64, the allegedly impossible core, was a big announcement. You know, where we are now with the Sega Saturn is a big announcement. There's a whole bunch of big stuff that's happened, but having cheap hardware is just amazing. And like I said with the CD, I just don't see what value CD can kind of bring when, you know, CD is the cheaper version of the MiSTer to some, right? But now you've got a cheaper version of the MiSTer, the cheaper version of a DE10 Nano. So again, interesting stuff. Let me have a look at chat. Yeah, my wife's cool, man. My wife's cool. Actually done, yeah, what did we do? You know, yeah, my first day off, so I got a takeaway as well. But I done a good move in a takeaway. God, this is nuts, right? They seem to like me in kebab shops, right? So I was gonna go. I said to the wife, look, we'll eat out today, and I was gonna get like a half-pounder meal. My boys would have had a quarter-pounder each. My wife and my daughter may have shared a pizza or got like, they like the chicken burger stuff, right? A chicken burger meal. But we're talking like, for all of us, it would have been from the cheapest takeaway, like my local one, maybe £30 for all that stuff that I just mentioned. But I went to the kebab shop when I was out shopping, and the guys are really cool there. So I got a large mixed doner, right, which was lamb and chicken, right? It cost £9.50. So what I did was, I got like the bread, a packet of bread separately, the pita breads. I got one with it, and honestly, my whole family, me, my wife, and my 3 kids ate out of it, and there's still some left. They packed so much in there, and what I don't understand is that large portion. I've seen people eat it, man. I've seen friends of mine eat it. I could not eat it. I can just about manage a small portion, right? And even then, I have to have it early during the day. It stuffs me. The large portion fed my whole family. What was really good, we ate for, and it comes with salad as well. So we got salad, we got the meat, the 2 meats, we got one pita bread, and I bought another packet of pita bread for like literally £10 all in. Like 5 people ate, man, which is very, very good, and the food's tasty as well. I'm a big fan of Donna. This is a good shop. But I'll go specifics again. It's a shop called Capital in Turnpike Lane. It's very close to the station, Turnpike Lane in North London. Good guys, good kebabs, and there you go. That's a free advert for them. Oh, talking about adverts, guys. Always remember, guys, top right, Mr. Addons, the sponsor of any MiSTer related streams. Oh, in the middle of Eastern takeaway. No worries. Look, Kata, look, anyone here, if you're in London and you're around, especially if you're coming from another country, give me a shout on one of the socials, man. If I'm around, I know I don't show my face on the video, and I don't really intend to, but I don't hide my face in real life, right? I don't put on a mask or anything like that. So, you know, if I'm going to the arcade or, you know, a munch or anything like that, all good, man. I'm quite happy to meet. I am quite a social person, and I have actually met. How many subscribers have I met specifically from YouTube? So there was one guy that liked my Analog Pocket stuff. He was coming over on holiday. He just messaged me, said, look, I'm in London. I'm here on a family holiday. So I gave him some advice of where to visit. And then he was like, you ready to meet? I was like, yeah, cool, man. So he kind of came around to my area. You know, we sat down, we had a coffee, we chilled. I still speak to the guy, he's nice. And then one other guy met me in the arcade. We went in the arcade, we played some Street Fighter. I mean, it was fun, right? It was fun. Most of the people that are on this channel are nerds like me that have the same interests, right? So we're kind of good. I'm kind of good with doing that. The only thing that I'll ask is, please don't take my picture and post it on social media. I'd rather keep that stuff a mystery. Hoxton. Oh, wicked. Okay. What part? I know Hoxton. Sorry, Hoxton. Is that South London? Really bad with the geography, man. Wicked. Yes, we can definitely have a demo. Yeah. No. Wicked, man. I've been to. Yeah, Vampire. I'll tell you what. A personal offer for you. When you come to London, give me a shout. And oh no. Yeah. I'll take you to a kebab shop. Sorry, you're I was thinking about the vegan thing but you say MSX are the vegans of the retro gaming, right? But yeah, Vampire. Come to London, I will get you a kebab. North, oh, okay, oh, near Old Street. Yeah, I know Old Street, which is obviously near Liverpool Street. Yeah, I used to go to the Sunday market there, you know, Petticoat Lane Market. I mean, markets, they're not that good now, hardly get anything decent there. But yeah, I used to go to Petticoat Lane quite a bit, man. Every Sunday as a kid, man, I used to buy all pirate movies from there and record them. But that's decent, man. That's decent. I've got a friend that lives down there as well, actually. Very good Capcom versus SNK 2 player. Let's see what else we can run. What's gonna have like a good demo? Let's go. Okay, hopefully this runs into a demo. I like the demo stuff on there. Yeah, I've been North London all my life, to be honest. I grew up in Finsbury Park, then lived in like Turnpike Lane. I now live in Tottenham. I've got like South London. When I was young and I used to go South London, it just felt very, very weird. And there's definitely a North and South thing in London, guys. Like if you grew up in North, South is weird. If you grew up in South, North is weird. But when I got older and I went to South, man, there's some really good parts in South, especially I can't remember which one it was now. Was it Clapton North, Clapton South? My friend lived there, man. It was very, very good. Oh, you're actually vegan. You are? Okay, I am not vegan. Oh, I'm not vegan at all. I love some of the good old steak. Wicked, nice one. Well, look, like I said, if you come to London, Vampire, hit me up. I will take you to a kebab shop. But it's a beef doner. It's the beef one that I like. That's my favorite. I didn't go there today, but that's the one that I like. Do you know if Clone D NANO will be compatible with MiSTer? No. So what I understand is, Vampire, feel free to jump in here if you know anything else, but from what I understand, the clone board may not be compatible with the existing cases. I'm not quite sure. And to be honest, I mean, if you look at it from a commercial thing, now again, please don't take anything as gospel here. This is just free chat, and I don't mean to mislead anyone with this, right? If you think about it from a commercial perspective, if you're a company that's making this board, right, and you want to make money, then at least you're probably going to want to make some accessories that you guys make yourself and kind of sell there to kind of get you a little bit more back, because you're selling a cheap board. I mean, it would be great if it worked. If it worked in existing boards, that would make everything easy. From what I understand, it's not going to work, in existing accessories. It might work with some accessories, but I don't think it works with the cases. But please don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. So maybe there's going to be some more cases. I know the plan that Taki laid out was first the board gets released, then after the board a console gets released, then after the console a handheld gets released. And guys, yeah, oh, wicked, thanks Vampire. It will not. Thanks for confirming that. So after the console, a handheld will get released, right? And after a handheld, they're going to do specialist consoles that will run cartridges, right? So if we imagine all the cores that are available now, if you've got, let's say you're using the cycle accurate Genesis core, you put in your Genesis cartridges and it will read them. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that, whether they're going to release separate ones for each consoles. I mean, they could essentially be on something in the way Analog are, but with more of an open source console. So imagine you've got a MiSTer, but you've got a Mega Drive, or, the other side of the pond, you've got a Genesis type case for it, right? But it's also got a cartridge reader which will read your Genesis games, right? But as well as that, you've obviously got a MiSTer in there, so you can run anything else on there via ROMs. You can run the Mega Drive via ROMs, but you can actually run your cartridges. Now, guys, I get it. Some people like using the cartridges. I don't have anything for that. I'm quite happy running stuff on there. Even on the Game Boy, if I've got cartridges, I'm quite happy running a flash card. I mean, the only time I might use a cartridge is if I'm playing a Castlevania game and I want to go between the Analog Pocket and an original Game Boy or a number of different Game Boys, I might reuse like my original cartridge. But I generally play that stuff on flash card or something. Isn't that what Polymega was supposed to? Yeah, maybe. I don't really know too much about that, Unloved Homie. I know it was supposed to be an FPGA console and it ended up being emulation. Again, not really. I mean, guys, I am super happy with the MiSTer. Super happy. The only thing that intrigues me with new technology, there's a couple of reasons that I would get into it, like, something like the replay, for example, is I want more newer arcade cores and I would like Sega Dreamcast. But honestly, maybe if I wasn't doing a channel, I wouldn't be into it as much, right? Because from a channel perspective, I want like the new tech. I want to kind of check it out. Now, for example, now let's say I've got two MiSTers now. One of them came as a sponsorship from Mr. Addons, but let's just say I have got two boards. In that case, I really wouldn't be interested in getting a third board, the clone board, if I wasn't doing YouTube, for example. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd be like, I've got two, I'm not going to use them, right? I don't really have the need for it. So. But yeah, from a channel perspective, I'd want to check stuff out, and the channel's growing in a nice direction. This clone board will only help my channel if it comes out and more people get on there. When they do searches for MiSTer stuff, A lot of times, sometimes I come up top of the search, sometimes Lou comes out, sometimes Video Game Esoterica, but a lot of times our stuff shows. For Analog Pocket, I've got a better, I'm indexed better on with Google. For Analog Pocket, and a lot of stuff I usually come out on top. With MiSTer, Video Game Esoterica and Lou usually come out ahead of me on Google searches. Yes, I do sometimes search myself from an incognito browser just to see what the experience is like for someone else. And sometimes when I'm at work on a different site and there's a computer there I've never associated with, I go on a normal browser and I just search Pixel Cherry Ninja in Google and in YouTube. Or sorry, not Pixel Cherry Ninja, because then it might will come up. I search Analog Pocket MiSTer, and then I put in a term like MiSTer or Analog Pocket tutorial, and I'll see. But with Analog Pocket, I definitely get more top results than I do with MiSTer. But you know, it's all good. There's enough of it out there anyway, and if it grows, hopefully I'll grow with it. You three come up every time on YouTube when search. Oh, wicked, nice one, Jerkface. It's nice because you know what it is because I search certain stuff, I've got a profile built, and you know, obviously I go via incognito to check stuff once in a while. So it's just interesting kind of knowing that stuff. But the scene's growing, guys. It's growing, and like I get the feeling, right, if Takeyudon and his newly found company, they nail it with this clone, right, and it does everything. Let's run another game. It does everything it says on the tin, and it is a 1-for-1, like no compromise, right? It's no compromise. It is exactly a 1-to-1 D10 Nano. It's doing everything the DE10 Nano is doing, right? And then they start making like a handheld, right? That handheld is gonna blow up, right? Especially if they start marketing it. Don't forget, you know, Takeyudon's like what, 350,000 subscribers. Some of his videos have got millions of views. If he then makes a video of his own company saying, I've made this product, this, when it comes to emulation, explains what FPGA playing games via hardware emulation is, right, or simulation, whatever you want to call it, and he does that, and he uses his influence to push that product out, right? Now I can't see Taki going into the lengths we do to cover this stuff and every small thing out there. I can see him doing like maybe 2, 3, 4 videos a day on like different kind not a day, sorry, a year on that. You know, his videos they're big and they get a lot of views. They're not as frequent as my ones. So he could essentially turn that into a mass market product, right? I'm just looking at best case scenario here, right? Best case scenario, it blows up and it turns into something ginormous where now there's lots of them around, you know, supplies there. People are just absolutely loving it, right? You know, we've got MiSTer handhelds being sold in the thousands, then the tens of thousands, and maybe like in the hundreds of thousands. And this will make FPGA gaming very, very big. It will make it very, very mainstream. And with something like that, with it getting bigger, irregardless of who gets there first, right? Whether it's a different project, whether it's Takeyudon's project, and then after Takeyudon releases the open source board, the console, the handheld, then he starts making specialized consoles with a cartridge port themed at, I don't know, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, or maybe you can do adapters, right? Maybe there can be an adapter where you can run all the Sega stuff, so you can get an adapter that does your Master System, but like the same way Analog Pocket does, right? It runs Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, but with an adapter you can run PC Engine, Atari Lynx, Neo Geo Pocket, and the Sega Game Gear. So, and similar like that, it's got a Sega themed one that will do your 32X, your Mega Drive, and your Master System. Sorry, the sound's gone a bit funky in this again, hasn't it? Let's run this. Yeah, so that'll be interesting, right? And that's something again that can go big in the market. It can raise awareness of FPGA gaming, and you know, if the prices are low, then and people realize that this is better than buying like a Pi. If it's around the same price or slightly more, man, it could really blow up the scene, man. It could really get it out there, as to kind of say. But like, what we're looking like for time? What's the time? Oh, okay, cool. We still got a few minutes, guys. If you want to see a request of a game, I'm kind of chilling here now, man. So if there's anything with a good demo like VF2, I'm quite happy to run it. In fact, Daytona kind of looks all right when you leave it running. That might be the next one. But yeah, Clone, definitely excited about it, guys. Definitely excited about it. Guys, is anyone here checked out any of the new Hotego Patreon cause yet. I kind of like, I was gutted when I see him pop out, you know, just as I was doing this stream. I really wanted to try those out. If I didn't commit to this stream, I would have been just working on either a dedicated video of the new releases, or maybe I would have changed the live stream and just gone straight out with the new Hotego stuff. I think one day I'm actually going to do like a Hotego stream, just do all the cores that he's brought over and kind of go through them. Panzer Dragoon, yeah, wicked, man. But remember, I'm not playing it yet, so hopefully it's got some good eye candy there. Have I got the... Which one's that? Have I got Panzer Dragoon Zui? Okay. Let me see if it's in the other folder. It might have to be the first one. You might have to get a consolation prize. I'm not sure if I've got that one, or have I? No, I haven't got that one. But what we can do... Not Saga, because that's... that. Alright, let's just... Sorry, man. I'm going to have to do normal Panzer Dragoon there. Oh, wicked. Just downloaded them, wicked, although my Simpsons is playing upside down. Okay, so if your Simpsons is upside down, go into the options and just, there should be an option there to rotate screen. So you should be good. On whether that's the Pocket or the MiSTer, you know, either way. Yeah, there should be an option in there. It's part 2. Yeah, I don't think I've got part 2 there, but did I have it? Am I blind again? No, that's Saga. That's all Saga. That's the RPG, right? Oh, wicked. Sorry, man. It's like, you know, it's like when you ask Father Christmas for a Super Nintendo and he's like, oh, you know what, here's, I don't know, like, here's, what's a lame toy? Here's one of those little springy things that you can put on the stairs and they go up and down. Hopefully it runs into like a little bit of a tracked mode. That'll be interesting, right? But yeah, man, exciting, very exciting times. I've got, like, so guys, anyone watching here, my news episode's probably going to be late. I'm going to get some rest tonight. I'm going to wake up. And I have to wait until my wife's up. So if I get up really early, I can't do the video. I can do it in a different part of the house, but I'd rather do it in the bedroom. It's where, you know, where the studio is most comfortable. Once the wife's up, and yeah, then I'm going to start working on that. Right, this might not go into a demo, you know. So let's find something. Or is it going to go in demo? Maybe I won't press a game, but I'll get something ready. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can have a look at that. Awesome. Yeah, wicked. But yeah, you know what? I think I think that's kind of it. You know, I think I should kind of wrap it up on this game. You guys want to say anything, or you guys want to mention anything? You know, today's theme, even though it was a Saturn stream, we definitely spoke about some clones. Doesn't look too bad with the troopers and the sheeps in front of them. Yes. We are waiting for the clones, guys, and like I said, I'm looking forward to getting it so we can run some tests on the channel. We can do some live streams, and you guys can ask stuff. Yeah, you guys can ask for stuff to be tested like live on the thing, and we can run it. But you know, guys, I'm gonna call it a wrap there. There's no wars, man. It says peace and love. Like, hopefully it delivers. It gets cheaper, and you know what? Other people in the market can adapt to it. If that's going to become the better and the cheaper board, then it makes sense to make accessories for that, right? That should be the new board going forward. So, guys, I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. No worries, Jerkface. I love Star Wars, man. But I'm an original trilogy kind of guy, man. However, big shout out to Mandalorian, man. I love that stuff. You know what? Mandalorian's so good. My wife, my daughter, who do not like Star Wars, they watch it. They absolutely love it. So, guys, if you're here and you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button for me. It will help the replay get out there, even though I don't expect anyone to watch this replay, because the first hour was just troubleshooting a core and taking it through power cycles. And after the first hour, maybe that's when it got a little bit more interesting. So, wicked, guys. Appreciate all of you guys stopping by watching. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to see if I get a lot of my work done tomorrow. If I get my weekly news video done tomorrow, then I might do another stream tomorrow evening, depending on what's what. I've got stuff to do. What have I got to do? I've got something to do on Sunday. Oh, I've got to go and see one of my friends who's had a new baby, and I've ordered all the baby clothes and presents for him. I have to go and pick them up tomorrow as well. So let's see, guys. But you know what? Wicked. Absolutely awesome having you here. Be awesome to one another, guys. I will see you around, and I'm going to chill out later. Maybe play some of those new Hotego releases on the Pocket in bed. But absolutely wicked, guys. Take care. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja.